Chapter 88. Maybe Tang Bao didn't have time to answer the phone, so she asked someone else to do it? I think it's just a child playing around. Zhou Xiangting comforted her with a smile. If Tang Bao was your biological daughter, would you say that? Would you still be able to smile? Tang Qishan asked with a cold face. The smile on Zhou Xiangting's face froze. She did not expect Tang Qishan to say that about her. Was she a heartless person in his eyes? Tang Qishan turned around and sat on the sofa, frowning deeply. He was not in the mood to care about Zhou Xiangting's feelings. His mind was full of worry about Tang Bao. It would be best if nothing happened. When she came back, he would teach her a lesson. She was already an adult, but she still did not know anything. Tang Rui knew that Tang Qishan only had eyes for his daughter, but how could she tolerate him talking about Zhou Xiangting in front of her? His daughter was human, so were they not? Tang Rui walked to Tang Qishan and said, "Dad, I know you're worried about Tang Bao, and so are we. We just hope you can take care of your body." "I'm fine. Actually, there's something I've been hesitating about whether I should tell you," Tang Rui said. "What is it?" "Actually, Tang Bao doesn't live in the school dormitory. She has never lived in the dormitory." "If she doesn't live in the dormitory, where does she live? Renting a house outside?" "No, she lives with Di Haotian," Tang Rui said. Looking at Tang Qishan's rapidly changing expression, the anger in her heart dissipated a lot. If she and Zhou Xiangting were not happy, others should not be happy either. "Where did you hear that?" "That's impossible. I know Tang Bao. She wouldn't do such a thing." Tang Qishan stood up, quite agitated. "I saw it with my own eyes. If you don't believe me, you can ask the school." Since Tang Rui had said so, it must be true. However, the Tang Qishan was so shocked that his anger surged. Even if he didn't investigate, he could still find some suspicious points from some details. Since when did the Tang Bao stop going home? Especially on Sundays, he only came back once and left in a hurry after answering a phone call. Even if Tang Bao had been living with Di Haotian for a long time, why? How old was she? Tang Qishan was very tired after being angry. Did he neglect Tang Bao? He had always thought that even though this child was a little muddle-headed, he would always keep a distance from boys and wouldn't play around. Now, he had offended someone like Di Haotian. In fact, when Tang Bao and Di Haotian were together at the beginning, he should have been on guard. "Where are you going?" Di Junbai, who was driving, asked. Tang Bao was also thinking about this question on the way. Where should she go? If she went back to the Tang family, who knew if Di Haotian would come looking for her? She still couldn't go back. But she had no money with her. Even the most valuable thing she had on her was given to Di Haotian. Thinking about the road ahead, it was all dark. Tang Bao, "Huh? Where are you going?" "Or to my brother's castle." Tang Bao was shocked. No, you can't send me there." "What's wrong? Did you have a fight?" Di Junbai looked at her nervous expression and couldn't help but chuckle. Yes. I'm running away from home, so you can send me back. Then you'll send me to your Tang family?" "No, you don't even have money with you. If I give you money, it won't be safe to live outside. Why don't you stay at my place?" Di Junbai thought and said, "Huh? Stay at your place?" Tang Bao was stunned. "Brother Junbai, you won't take me to your house and let Di Haotian catch me, right? You can't betray me. In my heart, you and Di Haotian are different." Di Junbai smiled. "Don't worry, I have an empty apartment. No one will know if you stay there." Tang Bao thought. That was a good idea. The more dangerous a place was, the safer it was. "Okay, as long as Brother Junbai doesn't find it troublesome." "What kind of trouble are you talking about?" Di Junbai raised his hand and patted her head. Tang Bao was stunned. Why did this gesture sound so affectionate? She looked at Di Junbai's expression again. It seemed like nothing had happened. It seemed that she was overthinking. This was just a small gesture that couldn't be any more normal. It had only been one night, but wherever Di Haotian appeared, there was a terrifyingly low pressure. Especially the people close to him, they definitely didn't dare to breathe. Di Haotian's patience was about to be torn apart when he couldn't find Tang Bao. He had searched all the possible places where Tang Bao might appear, but he didn't see her. She didn't go to the company, nor did she go to school. She didn't even go back to the Tang family's house. Where could she have gone? In the study, Di Haotian held the ring in his hand. It had been worn on Tang Bao's finger for so long that the girl's fragrance still lingered on it. He had said so many times that the ring was not allowed to be taken off. His patience was challenged time and time again. Di Hao Ian's dark eyes were filled with sadness and irritation. Lien and Zhang Li stood outside the study, not knowing if they should go in. Di Hao Ian had been in the study for the whole morning and didn't seem to have any intention of going out for lunch. Should they call him or not? In fact, looking at the situation, Lien felt that it was better not to call him. Hiju walked over and knocked on the door without looking at the two people. Hiju walked into the study. Di Hao Ian asked, "Did you find her?" "No." "Then dig 3 feet into the ground and look for her." Di Hao Ian's face darkened, and he said coldly, "Yes." "Where's the thing?" Hiju took out a small box and placed it on the table. When he opened it, it was full of small tools and a tracker that was smaller than a grain of rice and thinner than a piece of paper. Di Hao Ian picked up the blade, slid it across the dark part of the ring, and inserted the tracker. Hiju stood aside and watched this terrible act. After Di Hao Ian was done, his mood had basically returned to normal. He told Hiju, "Don't look for her. Don't look for her. Go to the media and say that Tang Qishan's company is facing bankruptcy and that Tang Qishan is missing." Hiju was speechless. "I don't believe that she won't appear." Di Hao Ian's eyes were gloomy. There was another knock on the door. Hiju went to open the door. Liam was standing outside. "Young madam's father wants to see young master." Not only did Tang Qishan not see anyone from Tang Bao, but he also did not receive a single call. He did not sleep much the whole night. In the end, he still found Di Hao Ian's place. The gorgeous and noble castle was shocking. Tang Qishan naturally knew about Di Hao Ian's power and status in the business world. However, when he first saw the castle and walked in, he was still shocked. Could it be that Tang Bao lived here? Could anyone live here? Tang Qishan suddenly did not understand. After walking in, Di Hao Ian had just entered the hall. Tang Qishan went straight to the point and asked, "Is Tang Bao here?" Chapter 89. When Di Hao Ian said please, Tang Qishan was a little surprised. Although Tang Qishan was much older than Di Hao Ian, his aura was not determined by age. Even if Tang Qishan stood in front of Di Hao Ian, it was difficult to hide his oppressive aura. After the two of them sat down, Tang Qishan asked, "Did something happen to her?" "It's nothing. She's just quarreling with me." "Quarreling?" Tang Qishan did not expect to hear such an answer. He thought of all kinds of possibilities. Did something happen to Tang Bao? Was that why he could not get in touch with him? After all this time, it was just a small quarrel between the two of them? "This is my fault. I'll find her, but I need your cooperation," Di Hao Ian said. "What kind of cooperation?" Di Hao Ian told him his thoughts. Tang Qishan agreed. In short, he had to find Tang Bao first. Tang Qishan was angry when he thought about how he quarreled with Di Hao Ian and did not even see him. Also, before this, he only heard Tang Rui's words but did not get confirmation. He asked Di Hao Ian, "Is Tang Bao living with you?" "Yes." "Young master, I know that no one can compete with you in terms of power. But my daughter is only 19 years old. Don't you think it's too much to play with her like this? You must have a lot of women around you. Why must it be my daughter? I don't want her to be hurt. Please let her go." For Tang Bao, Tang Qishan did not care so much anymore. He always felt that it was dangerous to put Tang Bao beside Di Hao Ian, because Di Hao Ian was a dangerous person. If something really happened to Tang Bao, what would he do? How could he face his dead wife? "I'm afraid not," Di Hao Ian said bluntly. "Why not? If my daughter did anything against you, I apologize to you on her behalf. It's my fault for not raising her well." "Do you want your daughter to get a divorce?" Di Hao Ian asked calmly. "What do you mean?" Tang Qishan did not understand. Di Hao Ian turned his face slightly and said to Li Yin, "It's in the drawer of my bedside table." "It?" "Yes." Tang did not know what to take. When Li handed something over to him, it was a marriage certificate of marriage. When he opened it, Tang Qishan's hands were trembling. He was angry. I'm very sorry, Eyes. She's my wife is my wife. Other than the fact that I can't agree to your request for Tang Bao, I can satisfy all your other requests. Tang Qishan couldn't believe what he had heard. He managed his own company and went from nothing to something. Even if there was a day when he had to go from something to nothing, he would not find it so unacceptable. He had never been so agitated. Do you think I'll agree because of your conditions? Tang Qishan's face was livid. No, I need her. I need her, Di Hao Ian said sincerely. Tang Qishan was stunned. He did not know why Di Hao Ian needed Tang Bao. He only knew that he could not accept the married Tang Bao at this moment. Looking at the date, the two of them had been married for almost 2 months, and he did not notice anything wrong with Tang Bao at all. Was he responsible for this as well? Tang Qishan threw down the marriage certificate that was hot to the touch, got up, and left without saying anything. He came to look for Tang Bao, but he heard such news. He almost did not even have the strength to speak. Tang Bao was so comfortable and carefree hiding in Di Junbai's apartment. She had no idea what was going on outside. She also did not know how Di Hao Ian would deal with her. The only thing she could think of was that maybe she was overthinking. After rescuing Xiao Rui, Di Hao Ian forgot about her. She just did not know if Tang Qishan knew that she was missing. Would he be worried about her? Probably not, right? In the past, she did not show up for a few days, and Tang Qishan was not worried at all. He felt that it was more necessary to call Wan Malay. He chewed on an apple and turned on the TV in boredom. The overwhelming news was broadcasted. When he heard the name of the company, Tang Bao was stunned. But wasn't it too much of a coincidence that the company's name and legal name were the same? The apple in Tang Bao's hand fell and rolled far away. He sat up and stared at the news on the TV in a daze. The company was going to close down? Tang Qishan could not take the blow and went missing? How could it be? However, the news was so real after watching it over and over again. Tang Bao picked up the phone next to him and called Tang Qishan. But no one answered. He called several times, but it was the same. Why did the company close down? Was it related to Zhou Xiangting and her daughter? Did they take advantage of his absence to attack Tang Qishan? The anger in Tang Bao's heart suddenly exploded. He opened the door and ran out of the apartment. He flagged down a taxi. He went straight to the company. As soon as the taxi stopped, Tang Bao got out of the car and was about to run. Wait a minute, you haven't paid yet. Tang Bao did not care about paying and rushed into the company. He went straight to Tang Qishan's office. Along the way, the people in the company were doing their own things. As usual, was the so-called closing down a takeover? Tang Bao was confused. He grabbed an employee and asked, "Is the company going to close down?" When the employee saw Tang Bao's scary expression, she was stunned. "You know about it too?" "Nonsense, the news is out." "How can I not know? I only knew about it after watching the news." The employee was even more confused than her. "Where's Tang Qishan?" The employee did not care why a mere employee could call the boss by his name. Anyway, she had not seen the boss in the past 2 days. "I don't know either. Why don't you know anything?" Tang Bao let go of the employee in exasperation. He went to Tang Qishan's office. There was no one inside. Tang Bao was about to go crazy. Where did she go? Why didn't she even pick up her phone? Tang Bao went to Zhou Xiangting's office. Everything was there except for her. Tang Bao turned and left the company. The driver was arguing with the receptionist. When he saw Tang Bao, he said, "She took the car without paying." "It's her. You want money, right? Take me to another place. I won't pay if I don't go." When they arrived at the Tang family's house, Tang Bao said to the driver when he got out of the car, "Wait a minute. I'll go in to get the money." After Tang Bao went in, he stopped in his tracks. Tang Qishan was sitting on the sofa and watching TV. The news about the company's closing down was playing on the TV. Even Zhou Xiangting and Tang Rui were there. However, the latter two were looking at her as if they were watching a good show. At this time, these two were still in the mood to watch others make a fool of themselves. When Tang Qishan saw the person who came in, he turned off the TV and said to Zhou Xiangting and her mother, "You two go out first." "Qishan, don't you need to go to the company?" Tang Qishan asked. Chapter 90. He pulled his daughter and left the Tang residence. Tang Bao looked at Tang Qishan's expression and tried to comfort him. "Dad, As long as there's a glimmer of hope for the company, we can't give up. What went wrong? We can solve it together. Solve it? Yes. Dad, why didn't you answer my calls? I thought you couldn't accept it. Tang Bao said. Couldn't accept it? I can't accept it when I see you now. What do you mean? Tang Qishan couldn't hold back his anger anymore. Kneel down. Kneel? Why? Tang Bao asked, puzzled. Are you kneeling or not? Tang Qishan asked angrily. Fine, I'll kneel. I used to kneel a lot when I was young anyway. Tang Bao slowly knelt on the carpet. How hard was the floor? It hurt to kneel. Tang Qishan knew what she was thinking. If it was in the past, he would definitely let her do as she wished. But now, he couldn't indulge her anymore. Kneel on the floor. Dad, do you believe that I'll slap you? Tang Bao saw that Tang Qishan's attitude didn't seem like he was just joking. So, she could only kneel on the floor. She had never seen Tang Qishan so angry. After kneeling, she kept muttering, I'm already so old, and you're still making me kneel. What would it look like if others saw this? Even if the company went bankrupt, you can't take it out on me. Tang Qishan took a few deep breaths to calm himself down. Let me ask you, are you hiding something from me? What is it? You and Di Haotian. Tang Bao's heart skipped a beat. What did she and Di Haotian have to do? Didn't she tell him that she liked Di Haotian and was with him? What else did she want to say? She and Di Haotian seemed to be hiding their marriage from Tang Qishan. It couldn't be that, right? Can't remember? If you can't remember, then keep kneeling. Dad, you don't have to do this, do you? Can't you just talk nicely? Tang Bao said bitterly. The top priority now is to deal with the company's affairs. Once the company's affairs are settled, you can do whatever you want with me, okay? The news about the company closing down is fake. Tang Bao stood up agitatedly. Why is it fake? Did I allow you to get up? No, Dad, tell me clearly. Tang Bao thought of something and asked hesitantly, Dad, you didn't do this on purpose because you wanted me to come back, did you? Seeing that Tang Qishan did not say anything, Tang Bao immediately understood. After all this time, it was all fake. Dad, I didn't expect you to be so despicable. You can even think of such a trick? Tang Bao could not believe it. Tang Qishan was speechless. Naturally, he couldn't figure out. Only someone as shrewd as Di Haotian could do it. Then tell me, where did you go? I didn't go anywhere. F***CK. Was she exposed? Because Tang Qishan did not know that she had gone into hiding. She was completely confused. As soon as she came back, he questioned her, made her kneel, and even wanted to hit her. What was so serious? She felt that even if she had run away from home, it would not be so serious, right? You're still not telling me what you've been hiding from me until now. Tang Qishan felt that his patience had been worn out by Tang Bao. What should I say? Tang Bao was not stupid enough to reveal the matter. About your marriage with Di Haotian. Tang Qishan almost roared. Tang Bao was stunned. So it was really this? Dad, how did you know? No one else knew about her marriage with Di Haotian. Who told Tang Qishan? How could you hide such a big thing from me? Do you think I'm your father? Tang Qishan felt the anger and sadness in his heart overflow when he said that. His daughter was already married to someone else. He only knew about it now. No one would be able to remain calm. Well, Tang Bao could not possibly say that her marriage with Di Haotian would not come to an end, right? They would get a divorce sooner or later anyway. It would be the same whether she said it or not. If she really said that, Tang Qishan might put righteousness before family. Kneel down. Why do I have to kneel again? Tang Bao was unhappy. Before Tang Qishan could say anything, Di Haotian appeared at the Tang family's house. It's better not to kneel. It's easy to hurt your knees. Tang Qishan's expression changed. He wanted to say that it was his business to teach his daughter a lesson. But on second thought, his daughter was still Di Haotian's wife. He was stunned and could not say a word. When Tang Bao saw Di Haotian walking toward her, she was immediately excited and unhappy. What are you doing here? What do you think? Di Haotian stood in front of her. His tall figure enveloped Tang Bao's slender body. His dark eyes stared at the pair of clear black and white eyes that were filled with anger. It was as if he wanted to pierce through her. Because I hit your head with a brick? You can't blame me for that. Who told you to provoke me? Tang Bao was angry. Tang Qishan was stunned by his daughter's behavior. He could not imagine Di Haoyan's face being hit on the head. The daughter he raised was really lawless. Come back with me. Why should I go back with you? I'm done with you. I want to divorce you and part ways with you. Di Haoyan smiled coldly. I'm afraid you can't do that. Tang Bao turned around and hid behind Tang Qishan. She stuck her head out and contended with Di Haoyan. I'm not going with you. This is my home. Please leave. I have nothing to do with you in the future. Do you think that possible? Di Haoyan could not maintain the expression on his face. It became a little scary. He was worried about this little thing for a few days. Now she was avoiding him and asking for a divorce. How could he be in a good mood? Why not? Anyway, Xiao Rue is back. Why are you still hogging me? Come back with me first, Di Haoyan said in a deep voice. I won't. Di Haoyan pursed his thin lips. His face was dark. Tang Qishan said, let her stay here first. You have to give me an explanation about your marriage with her. Until when? There's no reason for husband and wife to be separated. If it was someone else standing in front of him, Di Haoyan would have used force. But he could not. She was Tang Bao's only family. He had a compromise. 1 week. What? 1 week. Am I not your daughter? Did you pick me up? Tang Bao was unhappy and rushed out to question. Shut up. Did she know that she was weak? It was not easy for her to compromise with someone as strong as Di Haoyan, not to mention that she was still shouting here for a week. Looking at Di Haoyan's cold face, it was obvious that this was not an easy condition to pass. Indeed, Di Haoyan came to take her away. However, he had to pass Tang Qishan's test sooner or later. Di Haoyan had to endure, even if he had to endure internal bleeding. His eyes were cold. He stepped forward and grabbed Tang Bao's hand. Chapter 91. She saw a pink diamond ring being put on her finger. It was the ring that she threw away. Tang Qishan looked at it. Back then, when he saw this ring, he thought that it might be a girl who bought it for fun. How careless was he to neglect it like this? The more he thought about it, the more he felt that he was wrong. I don't want your ring. Tang Bao was furious and wanted to pull it off. However, no matter how hard she pulled, her fingers hurt. She just couldn't pull it off. I'll pick you up in a week, Di Haoyan said, glanced at Tang Bao deeply, and turned to leave. Tang Bao gritted her teeth. Who asked him to pick her up? She wouldn't go with him for 100 weeks, let alone a week. Tang Bao felt that it was all Tang Qishan's fault for agreeing to Di Haoyan so quickly. She turned around angrily and was about to question her father. Her father didn't even look at her and also went out. What's going on? After tricking me into coming back, he's just ignoring me like this? Tang Bao shook the ring on her finger. Her fingers hurt when she pulled it twice just now. She thought of something and went to the bathroom. Her hands were covered with hand sanitizer, and she grabbed the ring to lubricate it, but she still couldn't pull it off. This is strange. Didn't I take it off whenever I wanted to in the past? Why can't I do it now? Tang Bao found it strange. The size wasn't tight. It was no different from before. Could it be that Di Haoyan did something to the ring? Tang Bao couldn't smash it with a hammer or cut it with a knife because it couldn't be cut, unless he chopped off his own fingers. No wonder Di Haoyan didn't threaten her not to take it off when he put it on. He wasn't afraid that she would take it off. Tang Bao looked at his fingers that had turned red from his torment and gave up. She didn't want to chop off her fingers. The feeling of eating at home at night was quite strange. In the past, she didn't eat at the same table as Zhou Xianting and her daughter. Later, she ate with Di Haoyan. Therefore, the Tang Bao was very unhappy now. Even if he was unhappy, there was nothing he could do. The Tang Qishan felt good. Tang Bao, are you okay? When you're not around, your father, Rui, and I were very worried about you. We were afraid that something would happen to you. Now that you're back, it couldn't be better. Zhou Xianting said with a smile. Really? I thought you guys couldn't wait for something to happen to me. Tang Bao sneered. Tang Qishan furrowed his brows. How could that be? We're a family. Zhou Xianting glanced at Tang Qishan's expression and said good-naturedly, Who's your family? Can't you let me eat properly? I'm afraid I'll throw up. Tang Bao, no matter what, I'm still your elder. You. Zhou Xiangting's expression changed. That's enough. Tang Qishan slammed his chopsticks on the table. You guys go ahead. I'm full. It seemed that he was full of anger. Tang Bao's expression darkened. His chopsticks poked at the food in his bowl, and he looked coldly at the two eyesores opposite him. Then, he threw his chopsticks away and stopped eating. He got up and left. Tang Bao stared at the TV in the room, but he couldn't take in anything. When it was almost 9 o'clock, Tang Bao started to feel sleepy. It was all Di Haoyan's fault. At that time, her leg was injured and she was forced to sleep early every day. She even developed a biological clock. He turned off the TV. It was quiet outside. Tang Bao walked out of the room and went downstairs. He asked the auntie, "Where's my father?" He went into the study and didn't come out. "Didn't you bring in anything to eat?" Tang Bao frowned. Madam brought it in, but he didn't eat it. Tang Bao thought, is she getting younger and younger? She even went on a hunger strike. The next morning, he woke up and ate breakfast. He saw Tang Qishan approaching the living room and seemed to be going out. Tang Bao asked, "Where are you going?" Tang Qishan didn't say anything. He took his briefcase and went out. "Even if you're going out, shouldn't you have breakfast before going out?" Tang Bao went over and asked. Tang Qishan still didn't say anything. "What do you mean? You don't want to talk to me, right? Do you have something to say to me? You had such a big thing for me. Do you think I'm your father?" Tang Qishan's anger had not subsided yet. Tang Bao's chest rose and fell violently. Then he calmed himself down, but his eyes were covered with a thin layer of mist. "Yes, I don't think you're my father. Do you think I'm your daughter? If I tell you, how am I supposed to tell you? You don't care about me. You only care about Zhou Xiangting and her mother. I even wonder who your biological daughter is. Now you're questioning me? I also want to tell you, but you're always cold to me. How am I supposed to tell you?" Tang Bao's tears fell. After that, he turned and ran away. Tang Qishan stood there in a daze. His heart ached, but more than that, he felt helpless. What did he miss? Tang Bao ran out again without a penny. He got into a taxi and went to school with nowhere to go. He was just about to ask the taxi driver to wait for him while he went to pick up the taxi himself. Then he saw Wan Malay walking out of the school gate with his classmates. "Malay." Wan Malay was stunned. "Baby? Damn, where you been these 2 days? I couldn't get through to you even when I called you. Let's not talk about this first. Help me pay the taxi fare. You're so stingy now that you don't even want to pay for a taxi?" Wan Malay couldn't believe it. After paying, Tang Bao followed Wan Malay to the dormitory. Tang Bao told Wan Malay everything that happened to him in the past 2 days. Wan Malay was quite surprised. "Are you sure this isn't a plot that can only be seen on TV or in novels?" "I don't care. Anyway, I'm living in the dormitory now. I'm not going back. Is this okay? What's wrong with it?" "Before I met Di Haoyan, I was so happy living in the dormitory." "Okay, you can live there as long as you're happy." Tang Bao tidied up his bed and went to sleep in the dormitory. At night, the two of them went to the library to look for books. Wan Malay was doing his homework, while Tang Bao was in a daze. "Do you want to look for a book to read?" "Okay." Tang Bao, who was looking at the night outside the window, looked away and went to the bookshelf to look for books. The library was quite big. Tang Bao went around and around, but still couldn't find a book that he liked. He wasn't very interested. It was probably caused by his mood. Tang Bao thought negatively. He didn't like to read in the first place. It was better to look for famous books. The famous books were all on the innermost bookshelf. There were world-famous books. Basically, no one would go there. Who would read famous books for nothing? Tang Bao stood in front of the bookshelf and looked up. He saw a famous book that he was a little interested in. He reached out and tiptoed to reach it. He couldn't reach it. Was he going to move the ladder? When Tang Bao reached out again, another hand came over and helped him take it down. "Thank you." Tang Bao, who got the book, turned around and said, "Thank you." The last word was stuck in his throat. He stared blankly at Di Haoyan, who appeared in front of him. The tall figure blocked the entire light in front of him. Chapter 92. However, Di Hao Ian grabbed her by the wrist and pushed her against the bookshelf. He was so strong that the bookshelf shook. What are you doing? Let go of me. Tang Bao did not dare to raise her voice and kept it low. The library was especially quiet. As long as there was a slightly higher decibel, it would be heard by others. Although this was the innermost bookshelf, it was unavoidable. Also, even though no one would come here, that wasn't an absolute. Di Hao Ian's face was very close as he stared at Tang Bao's little face. Didn't you say that you were staying with the Tang family? Why are you here? Di Hao Ian's hot breath blew on her face. Tang Bao's face was slightly hot, and she turned her face away. This is my business. It has nothing to do with you. We're legally married. How can it have nothing to do with me? It's just a piece of paper. It doesn't mean anything. Tang Bao was very open-minded. Are you reminding me that we're just a couple in name? Di Hao Ian's gaze was fixed on Tang Bao's tender little face. When he saw her face turn red, his gaze deepened and his voice was so low that it was almost hoarse. It's all your fault. Why did you ask for a 3-month deadline? Otherwise, we could have been married on the night of our wedding. Don't keep bringing this up. It has nothing to do with this. Tang Bao felt that she could not avoid Di Hao Ian no matter how hard she tried. Her breathing was unstable. What does that have to do with this? Di Hao Ian's big hand wrapped around Tang Bao's little hand. Tang Bao's little hand was especially cute. It would turn slightly red at the slightest touch, not to mention being held in his hand. Tang Bao pursed her lips and gritted her teeth to prevent herself from making too much noise and disturbing others. Her little hand pushed Di Hao Ian away and landed on his chest. She felt a strong force under his firm chest and could not push him away no matter how hard she tried. Don't do this. This is the library. We'll be seen. Don't make a sound if you're afraid of being seen. If you continue like this, even if I don't say anything, someone will come over. What's the point of being seen by others? Tang Bao was dissatisfied. Then follow me back to the castle. Di Hao Ian's aura was scorching. I'm not going back. Tang Bao resisted. Reason? Tang Bao stubbornly refused to speak. Why did he have to ask her the reason? Wasn't that obvious? Do you really think I'm an idiot? I know who Xiao Rue is. Understand what? Di Hao Ian paused and asked. You're my only wife. I will save you. Did you say that? Tang Bao asked. Yes. So why are you looking for me now? I'm very generous. I'll give up my seat, okay? Tang Bao angrily pushed Di Hao Ian. Di Hao Ian released her. Tang Bao's hands were empty. While she was in a daze, her wrist was grabbed and she was dragged out. She was dragged out of the library by Di Hao Ian. Hey, what are you doing? Let go of me. Di Hao Ian saw her struggling and directly pushed her into the bushes next to him. Tang Bao didn't know what Di Hao Ian was going to do. She was pushed against a tree trunk. There was light in the library just now, but now it was directly plunged into darkness. Two extremes. Then, a boiling hot breath swept over. Tang Bao's chin was swept away. Tang Bao was caught off guard. Her big black and white eyes widened. She felt a slightly uncomfortable touch. Her chin was a little painful and even a little numb from his big hand. Di Hao Ian's breathing was so clear in her ears that Tang Bao's own breathing began to become chaotic. Tang Bao used her hand to push Di Hao Ian away, but because of the last bit of strength, she could only hold on tightly to his clothes. It was as if Di Hao Ian had become her driftwood in an instant. Tang Bao's body had a tendency to fall down. Di Hao Ian's arms were tightly wrapped around her. Tang Bao couldn't wait to take in the fresh oxygen in the air. Under the dim light, the two people's eyes were like stars, bright and bright. The kidnapper wants my wife. If I didn't say that, he would hurt you, Di Hao Ian said in a low and hoarse voice. Her brain, which was gradually clearing up after taking in the oxygen, became even clearer when Di Hao Ian said that. She tried hard to understand Di Hao Ian's words. You mean, because you were worried that the kidnapper would hurt me, you deliberately said that Xiao Rue was your wife? Otherwise, why would I come to you? Di Hao Ian bit Tang Bao's lips. Tang Bao shrank back in pain. She covered her mouth pitifully, afraid that she would be bitten again. Then what's going on between you and Xiao Rue? Tang Bao still felt uncomfortable. That's all in the past. It's not worth mentioning. I don't believe it. Fool. Di Haotian pinched Tang Bao's chin. Tang Bao came back to her senses and covered Di Haotian's mouth with one hand to prevent him from saying anything hooligan again. I want to ask you a question. If Xiao Rue and I fell into the water, who would you save first? Tang Bao asked. What are you for? Say something. Why don't you answer? Tang Bao asked angrily. Di Haotian took her hand down and rubbed it in his palm. You cover my mouth. What can I say? Tang Bao blushed. Then can you say it now? Who did I save last time? The answer is yes. Who did you save last time? Tang Bao asked immediately. Do you want to know? Are you going to tell me or not? I forgot. I have amnesia. How did you get amnesia? Tang Bao was displeased. He was obviously playing with her. Was amnesia so easy to get? I only remember that you knocked me out with a brick. I don't remember anything after I woke up. So vengeful. So vengeful. Tang Bao was brought back by Di Haotian. When she saw familiar people in the castle, she felt a little awkward. She shook off Di Haotian and went into her room. Her room. However, when she entered the room, she found that something was wrong. Tang Bao walked into the cloakroom and found that the clothes inside were all gone. She thought that Di Haotian knew that he had thrown away the other women's clothes. But something was wrong. Those clothes could be thrown away, but why did he throw away her mother's cheongsam? There was a slight movement in the air. Tang Bao turned around and looked at Di Haotian, who was walking in. She asked, Where are my clothes? My room. Why did you take your room? Tang Bao was puzzled. From now on, you'll live with me. Why? That's how a married couple should be. It hasn't been 3 months yet. Di Haotian's face darkened. Don't keep mentioning 3 months. Tang Bao moved into Di Haotian's room. This time, she really moved in. After entering, Tang Bao saw her backpack on the sofa. There was even her ruined trousers. Tang Bao asked Di Haotian, Did you find it? Yes. Di Haotian turned and went into the bedroom. When he came out, he had a cell phone in his hand. Use this in the future. Tang Bao held the cell phone. It was very light and high-end. It was much more valuable than the one she had. Chapter 93. She did not expect Di Haotian to be so attentive. She would be lying if she said she was not touched. Thank you, Tang Bao said awkwardly. Di Haotian sat down on the sofa and rested his elbows on the edge of the sofa. He looked at Tang Bao wickedly and asked, I want to know what's up with that pair of pants. Well, what do you mean by that? There's nothing. Tang Bao's expression stiffened, and she pretended to be ignorant. Dishonest? Di Haotian's long and narrow eyes looked particularly sharp. When he looked at people, it was absolutely terrifying. Fine, I'll say it. You still have the nerve to ask. You bought those pants, didn't you? Isn't the quality too bad? I can even split them open with a split. I almost got exposed because of you. Later, I had no choice but to buy it. Tang Bao blamed Di Haotian for the problem. What a joke. Was this her fault? This was the fault of the pants. Next, it was Di Haotian's fault. You know how to split? Yes, that's not right. Was this the problem? Was Di Haotian listening to her carefully? Show me how to split, Di Haotian demanded. Who cares about you? Tang Bao turned around and walked away. Her wrist was suddenly grabbed. Di Haotian stood up and stood in front of Tang Bao. His tall figure shrouded her tightly. Tang Bao was nervous for no reason. What are you doing? To split it like this? I don't want to. Tang Bao shook her hand and wanted to leave, but she could not shake off Di Haotian's shackles. Why was this person so strong? You have to. Di Haotian insisted without changing his expression. His strong and domineering aura came out again. Why don't I face the wall? Face me. Tang Bao was full of regret. Do you think there's something wrong with her? The pants were torn. After changing, she threw them away. She even took them back. What is she doing? Are you going to sew it up and wear it again? If she hadn't kept it and put it in the bag, how could Di Haotian have taken it back and even discovered it? What an embarrassing pair of pants. Tang Bao wanted to cry, but had no tears. Stand still, I'm ready to hack. Tang Bao calmed himself down. First, he raised his leg, then straightened his calf, and easily split it into a straight line. The tip of his foot landed on Di Hao Yian's shoulder. Tang Bao blushed and asked, "Are you done?" Just as he was about to retract his leg, Tang Bao felt his waist being held. As soon as Di Hao Yan retracted his arm, Tang Bao's crotch was pressed against him. Di Hao Yan said wickedly, "That's a good pose." Tang Bao immediately blushed. "Let go of my waist." Now she knew what Di Hao Yan was up to. Bastard demon. Di Hao Yan's eyes were filled with wickedness as he let go of her waist. Cohabitation with the demon emperor was definitely not something a normal person could bear. Previously, when Tang Bao's leg was injured, Di Hao Yan wouldn't do anything to her. Now, he didn't do anything to her, but sleeping in the same room as Di Hao Yan always made her not know how to deal with it. He was indeed the reincarnation of the Demon King. Normal people definitely couldn't bear it. Also, there were many places that were inconvenient, okay? Tang Bao was taking a shower one night. However, just as she was taking a shower, the door suddenly opened. Tang Bao, who was cleaning the indescribable parts, suddenly froze on the spot. Seeing Di Hao Yan walk in so openly, Tang Bao's face, no, her whole body suddenly turned red. She then remembered that this was not her own room. She had to lock the door when taking a shower. But why couldn't Di Hao Yan prevent this from happening? Didn't he know that she was taking a shower inside? After returning from Tang Bao, Di Hao Yan didn't show anything on the surface. However, Ju or his bodyguards who were close to him could definitely feel that the dark clouds above their heads had dispersed. Otherwise, Di Hao Yan's expression would definitely change, and it would definitely be extremely scary. The car just stopped at T. Xiao Rui, who had been waiting for a long time, was about to go forward when she was stopped by Di Hao Yan's bodyguards. "I've already made it very clear. Don't appear in front of me again." "Why? I don't understand. Didn't you say that I'm your only wife? You even want to save me. Why did you become so cold in the blink of an eye?" Xiao Rui asked in pain. Di Hao Yan ignored her and went straight into tea. Xiao Rui screamed there, but it was useless. Xiao Rui cried and fell to the ground. "Why? Why did you do this to me? I can't accept all of this. I can't accept." When it was almost noon, Tang Bao came downstairs. When he passed by the hall, he saw the cut fruit on the coffee table, picked up a piece, and stuffed it into his mouth. "Young madam, are you hungry? Do you want to have lunch earlier?" Zhongli came over and asked. "Okay." Tang Bao thought of food and immediately went into the dining room. The table was full of delicious dishes, all of which were her favorites. Tang Bao sighed in his heart. When it was time to eat, he regretted not having enough food. When it was time to eat, he regretted not having enough food. Halfway through the meal, Tang Bao thought of something and looked at Zhongli. "What's wrong?" "Nothing." Tang Bao shook his head and continued to eat. Zhongli and the others didn't see the kidnapping. Therefore, he couldn't ask Zhongli. She definitely didn't know. He could only ask Di Hao Yan's bodyguards. That was Ju. At night, in the room, Tang Bao was playing games with his phone in his hand. Needless to say, the new phone was indeed different. He felt that ever since he changed his phone, he was playing games like a god. After playing around, Tang Bao looked at Di Hao Yan, who was doing her homework for her. Then, he stood up and quietly left the room. When she saw Ju standing not far away, she walked over. "Let me ask you something." "What?" Why did he feel that Tang Bao was being sneaky? "It's about the day I was kidnapped. Who did Di Hao Yan save after he went there? Was it me or Xiao Rui?" Tang Bao asked. "Young madam, don't you know?" "Why would I ask you if I knew?" Tang Bao rolled his eyes. "Young madam, you can ask the young master. If Di Hao Yan told me, would I ask you? He's busy. I don't want to disturb him. It's the same if you tell me." Before Ju could speak again, Tang Bao heard the sound of the door opening. Tang Bao turned around and saw Di Hao Yan looking at her sharply with a cold face. Tang Bao's expression tensed up, and she went back to her room dejectedly. Lan Wanru was watering the plants outside the door when Belle walked over. "Miss, someone is here to look for you." "Who is it?" "Xiao Rui." Lan Wanru stopped watering and turned to look at Belle. "She's here to look for me? What's the matter? What else could it be? I think it must be for the young master." She really knows how to find people. Why don't I throw her out now? Does she still have to be the Xiao Rue from before? Belle sneered. Let her come. Get her some water. Although Belle didn't understand Lan Wanru's style, she still went. Chapter 94. She didn't seem to be unhappy that Xiao Rue was looking for her. Instead, she had a smile on her face. Wanru. Lan Wanru looked up and saw Xiao Rue, whom he hadn't seen in a long time. Just now, Belle said that you were looking for me. I didn't dare to believe it. Have a seat. Lan Wanru and Xiao Rue sat down together. Belle poured water for Lan Wanru. Lan Wanru's tea was mixed with mountain herbs, so when it was washed with water, there was a faint medicinal smell. I'm back, so I came to see you. Are you feeling better? Xiao Rue asked. It's still the same. If I'm not careful, I'll get sick, Lan Wanru said helplessly. Then you have to be careful. You're still asking me to be careful? You look a little haggard? Lan Wanru asked. Xiao Rue's expression fell. Lan Wanru acted like he didn't know anything and asked, What's wrong? I didn't know about Hao Ian's marriage. If I knew, I wouldn't have come back. When I came back and saw Hao Ian, I realized that I never forgot about Hao Ian. Instead, I fell deeply in love with him. If I had seen through myself earlier, I wouldn't have left back then. Then why did you leave back then? Lan Wanru asked. This was also something she didn't understand. Although she hated Xiao Rue, who was by Hao Ian's side, she had always hidden it in her heart. Xiao Rue only treated her on the surface. She must have come to find her because she had nowhere else to go. I remember that Hao Ian used to treat you very well. All of a sudden, we were all very surprised. We thought that the person he would marry in the end would be you. I think maybe I did something wrong that made Hao Ian lose his patience. I think Hao Ian still has feelings for me. Why do you say that? Have you seen that Tang Bao? Yes. She looks so much like me. Didn't Hao Ian marry her because he couldn't forget me? Now that you're back, is he willing to accept you? Lan Wanru thought to himself. You're really narcissistic. I can't even see him now. So, I don't know what's going on. Some time ago, when Tang Bo and I were kidnapped, Hao Qian went to save me. Not Tang Bo, Xiao Rue's every word was a reminder of Hao Ian's kindness to her. It was an advantage for her. If you don't know, then I don't know either, Lan Wanru said apologetically after pondering for a moment. What is the background of that Tang Bao? Did she use some kind of seduction technique to seduce Hao Ian? She's from a very ordinary family. But then again, Hao Ian doesn't care about other people's family background when he marries. He has plenty of them. Lan Wanru was telling the truth. Was Hao Ian still looking for a rich girl? There was no need for that. That's true. I think, since you like Hao Ian so much, you should put in more effort. When Hao Ian sees your sincerity, he will definitely think of your good points. Right? No matter what, I won't give up on Hao Ian. Lan Wanru looked at Xiao Rue's confident expression, and a cold smile slipped from the corner of his mouth. How could such a person be worthy of staying by Hao Ian's side for so long? It was really unfair. Tang Bao was lying in front of the desk, doing homework alone. After a while, it seemed that Hao Ian wasn't in the room. She got up to get the phone on the coffee table. She sat in front of the desk and played with it. Of course, she had to pay attention to the movements outside the door while playing. Just as she was in the middle of playing, she suddenly hid the phone under the book. Hao Ian walked in and looked at Tang Bao. Tang Bao was doing her homework seriously. She noticed Hao Ian's gaze and was afraid that he would see something. So he asked her about some of the things he wanted to know. Hao Ian, who was the person who kidnapped me last time? I don't know. Why did you kidnap me when you don't know? Of course, people who want money will look for the richest person to blackmail. Hao Ian calmly unbuttoned his black shirt. The collar was open, revealing his collarbone and the lines of his muscles underneath. It was sexy and wild. That's true. If I were the kidnapper, I would look for you too. Tang Bao thought for a while and agreed. Hao Ian's face was dark and gloomy, and his black eyes were sharp and cold. Gu Linshan would never make a mistake in what he had asked him to do. Out of the 3 people, only one was alive. Hao Ian naturally knew what was going on. How dare they play him like this behind his back? Hao Ian's lips curled into a ferocious smile. His phone suddenly rang. It was a text message. Tang Bao's absent-minded expression froze. Their bodies froze when they saw Di Haoyan, who was walking towards them in a wild manner. "What are you doing?" "I want to do my homework. Don't disturb me, or I won't be able to finish it." "Of course you won't be able to finish it if you play with your phone." "Phone? What phone? Don't accuse me." Tang Bao pressed the book tightly and started writing. "Really? Let me find it." Di Haoyan bent down and pressed his upper body against Tang Bao's back. His hand reached directly into Tang Bao's hand. Let go. "Did you hide the phone here?" Di Haoyan's thin lips were right next to Tang Bao's ear. It was as if he could touch it if he opened his mouth. Tang Bao felt the hair on her ear itch from the hot air. She was so nervous. "Oh, I didn't hide it here. How could a phone be hidden here?" Tang Bao tried to pry Di Haoyan's big hand away, but her fingers were so strong that she could not move it at all. She wanted to cry, but had no tears. "Then tell me, why is it so hard here?" Di Haoyan seemed to want her to say it. Tang Bao did not say anything. She went all out and took out the phone from under the book. "The phone is here. Can you let go of me now?" "No." At this moment, Tang Bao regretted playing with the phone. Tang Bao rubbed her aching eyebrows and focused on doing her homework. This time, Tang Bao locked the door when she took a shower. She even checked carefully. Seeing that there was no problem, she began to take off her clothes boldly. She thought of the scene that Di Haoyan saw when he came in last time. Tang Bao wanted to find a hole to hide in. Sigh, what bad luck. Tang Bao was taking a shower when she heard the sound of the door opening again. She turned around stiffly and saw Di Haoyan walking in. She was so scared that she immediately pulled the towel next to her and shouted in a panic, "My door was locked." "How did you get in?" "This door has an electronic sensor." "Don't you know?" Tang Bao thought to herself. "What the hell do I know? If I knew, I would have used a stick to block the door." Chapter 95. I'm not done yet, can you? Before Tang Bao could finish her sentence, she saw Di Haoyan start to take off his clothes. His face instantly stiffened to the point that it couldn't be any stiffer. Di Haoyan took off his clothes elegantly, but he looked like a wild beast, full of wildness. After his shirt was taken off, under the light, his shining and perfect muscles made people's hearts beat faster. "Di Haoyan, are you going to take a shower? Can you wait until I'm done?" Tang Bao was so anxious that she was sweating. Although Di Haoyan barged in last time, he only came in to take something. After taking it, he went out. Why was he taking off his clothes now? "We can save water if we take a shower together." "Don't you feel guilty saying that? Save water? One of your clothes is worth a year of other people's salary, and it's the high-paying kind. How dare he talk to her about saving water? How much does your shower cost? Can I pay for it?" Tang Bao asked passively. "No." Di Haoyan pulled off Tang Bao's covering. Tang Bao screamed, "Ah!" After screaming, she wanted to run away. However, Di Haoyan hugged her, but she closed her eyes tightly, not daring to look around. Di Haoyan restrained his wild smile and kissed Tang Bao's panicked little mouth. Not only did her little mouth not calm down, but she became even more nervous. "What are you doing? It's very strange to take a shower like this. Open your eyes." "I won't. If not, I'll kiss somewhere else." For Tang Bao, this was the most terrifying threat in the world. Tang Bao's long eyelashes fluttered, and her eyes immediately opened. But she only dared to look up, not down. Tang Bao was so anxious that her watery eyes rippled. "What are you doing?" "Helping you take a shower. I have hands and feet. Why do I need you to wash me?" "Because I want to touch you." How shameless. Di Haoyan is too scary. Was there a need to bathe so carefully? He obviously had ulterior motives. She was so angry. Tang Bao must be dreaming. He had a particularly brutal dream. She did something wrong, and then she was pressed down on a stool and spanked. So painful. He hit her again and again. Tang Bao could not take it anymore. He stretched out his hand, grabbed the bundle, and tore it. Then, why did she seem to hear Di Haoyan's groan? The Tang Bao gradually showed signs of waking up. He opened his eyes and met Di Haoyan's dark and patient eyes. "I can touch, but can you not pull?" "Ah." Tang Bao bounced up like a spring. He bounced as far as he could and looked at Di Hao Yin in horror. Aren't you going too far? I'm already asleep. Can't you just let me go? Do I need to stop you from reaching your hand out? You know, as a husband, I won't refuse such things. Di Hao Yin looked at her wickedly. Tang Bao's lips trembled. She could not speak anymore. It's still early. Sleep a little longer. Tang Bao shook her head and insisted on staying far away from the bed. Baby, if I really do anything to you, even if you're standing downstairs now, I can eat you up immediately. So don't struggle. Come here. Di Hao Yin looked at her wickedly, as if he was the devil summoning. Tang Bao thought that since Di Hao Yin said that, it meant that he would not touch her. She carefully got off the bed and walked over at the speed of a turtle. As soon as she touched the bed, she was pulled over by Di Hao Yin. Huh? Tang Bao exclaimed and fell into Di Hao Yin's arms. She wriggled her head. I don't want to sleep. I want to get up. Sleep a little longer, otherwise you won't be energetic during the day. I don't know how to... Tang Bao pouted and was very angry. Sleep. I can't sleep. Why don't you pat me? Tang Bao thought of something and smiled with her eyes narrowed. Okay. Di Hao Yin really began to pat Tang Bao's back. Tang Bao was dumbfounded. She was just joking. Who knew that Di Hao Yin would really pat her? Her mother would pat her like this when she was very young. Just when Tang Bao was in a daze, she heard Di Hao Yin's low and hoarse voice. Baby, let's just skip the 3-month deadline. Tang Bao was speechless and glared angrily at Di Hao Yin's chiseled face. Is this the reason why you're so obedient to me? I have to do it sooner or later. Di Hao Yin furrowed his dark eyebrows and said with a deep gaze. Tang Bao's throbbing just now was dispelled by Di Hao Yin's words. She roared, I'll do it. She directly pounced on Di Hao Yin and stretched out her hands to his neck. Tang Bao was gossiping with Wan Malay in the classroom when her phone rang. She took it out and saw that the caller ID was Tang Qishan. Although she changed her phone, the number was still the same. Di Hao Yin helped her get it. However, Tang Bao did not call back after leaving the Tang family last time. This was the first time Tang Qishan called her. The classroom was noisy. Tang Bao said to Wan Malay, I'll go out and pick her up. When he went outside, Tang Bao picked up the phone. Dad, he did not say anything else. No matter how much she quarreled with Tang Qishan, she would not forget to call him. You're living at Di Hao Yin's now? If I don't live there, where else can I live? Tang Bao pursed his lips and said, Is Di Hao Yin good to you? He's okay. Tang Bao said 2 words. Why did you marry him in the first place? I can't agree with your marriage at all. Tang Qishan tried to speak to her in a calm tone. He wanted her to know the stakes of the matter. I've already said that I like Di Hao Yin. Okay? Do you really think that everything is my fault? If you weren't so stubborn, would things have developed to this point? Yes, it's all my fault, okay? Your father. How much responsibility do you have for me? Do you still need me to say it? Tang Bao's eyes were hot. I have a company. How can I take care of everything? Chapter 96. She was really asking for it. Why did she pick up his call? He even said so much. Tang Bao felt that the conflict between her and Tang Qishan would never be resolved. There was indeed a grudge in her previous life. Tang Bao's eyes were filled with tears. After holding back her tears, she returned to the classroom. After Tang Qishan hung up the phone, he was also in a heavy mood. His biggest failure was his family. He called Zhou Xiangting's office and said, Let's go home together after work. Okay. Zhou Xiangting was stunned for a moment, and then his brisk voice came through. After returning to the Tang family, Tang Rui was not at home. Tang Qishan said, Come to the study for a while. I have something to tell you. About the company? I'll talk about it in the company. In the study, Tang Qishan did not sit down. Instead, he stood at the window. His expression was very solemn. Zhou Xiangting did not understand and asked, What's wrong? I've seen your silent efforts in the Tang family all these years. However, I can't ignore Tang Bao. You know, her mother passed away early, and I've been busy with my career. I owe her a lot. Now I want to make it up to her. What do you mean? Xiangting, let's get a divorce, Tang Qishan said with a sigh. What did you say? Zhou Xiangting could not believe what she heard. I'll give you everything I can. Zhou Xiangting did not expect Tang Qishan to divorce her. How could she accept this? Was it not enough for her to silently endure his daughter? Did she have to be abandoned? Qishan, am I not good to you? If you think there's any misunderstanding between Tang Bao and me, I'll explain it to Tang Bao. I just beg you not to divorce me. For so many years, I have feelings for you. How can I accept this when you suddenly act like this? Zhou Xiangting asked with a pained expression. Xiangting, perhaps getting married was a mistake in the first place. No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. Zhou Xiangting stepped forward and hugged Tang Qishan. I'll help you solve your problems, okay? I'll pretend that I didn't hear what you said today. Give me another chance. I don't want a divorce. Tang Qishan sighed and didn't say anything. Tang Bao returned to the castle and checked the time. There was still some time before Di Haoyan returned. She hurried into her room, went into the bathroom, and took off her clothes to take a shower. She was forced by Di Haoyan to be so diligent. She definitely could not wait for Di Haoyan to come back and take a shower. The bathroom door was nothing to Di Haoyan. If she took a shower now, Di Haoyan wouldn't be able to do anything to her, right? After the Tang Bao took a shower, he felt completely relaxed. Seeing that it was still early, she prepared to go downstairs for a walk. When Di Haoyan came back, they could eat. Tang Bao went downstairs and seemed to hear Lian answering a phone call. Injured? Is it serious? Okay, I got it. Lian hung up the phone with a heavy expression. When he turned around and saw Tang Bao, he was stunned. Tang Bao asked, "Who's injured?" "Oh, no one. It's a relative of mine. He's injured and wants to borrow money from me." Tang Bao asked, "Is your relative's injury serious?" "It's not serious. His life is not in danger. He has to borrow money from you for medical expenses that are not life-threatening. Yes, his family is poor. Lian, don't be deceived by others. You'll be crying when the time comes. I'll be more careful. Thank you for the reminder, young madam. It's okay." Tang Bao smiled. Lian turned around and went downstairs, sweating in his heart. It's really not easy to fool him. Tang Bao sat on the sofa and watched TV. After a while, Zhongli came over and called her, "Young madam, it's time for dinner." Tang Bao came back to her senses and looked at the time. "But Di Haoyan hasn't come back yet. Young Master Di has something to do. He won't be back for dinner." "He won't be back for dinner? Then why didn't he call her? Didn't he call her before? Did he forget?" Tang Bao didn't care much and went to the dining room to eat. Tang Bao went back to her room. After finishing her homework, she played with her phone there. She leaned against the bed and sat in the middle. Her legs were wide open, as if she wanted to occupy the entire bed. However, even if she did a split, she wouldn't be able to occupy it. The bed was really big. Tang Bao played with her phone on the bed for a while, then ran to the sofa and played with her phone in a very unladylike posture. When she was tired of sitting, she would lie down and play. She was so carefree when Di Haoyan wasn't around. Well, who asked him not to be around? Tang Bao felt that if Di Haoyan could come back later, she could play later. This kind of life where no one cared about her was refreshing. Tang Bao played until 11 o'clock and yawned. She hadn't played until so late in a long time. She felt very tired. But why wasn't Di Haoyan back yet? What was he busy with? Tang Bao walked around the room, wondering if she should call Di Haoyan. Just ask him when he would be back. After that, she went to sleep. As a wife, it was normal to ask such a question. Tang Bao found Di Haoyan's cell phone number and dialed it. It rang a few times before it was picked up. "Di Haoyan, I saw that you didn't come back so late, so I wanted to ask you. Are you still busy?" Tang Bao asked a little uncomfortably. "Yes, why aren't you sleeping? You don't have time to play when I'm not around?" Di Haoyan's voice was very deep. Tang Bao pursed her lips. "I'll sleep in a while. What about you? When are you coming back? I have something to do tonight, so I'll stay at tea. I won't go back." "You won't come back to sleep? Is there a problem at tea?" "There's a little problem, but it'll be fine after I deal with it." Tang Bao thought for a while and asked, "Di Haoyan, you're not hiding anything from me, right?" "No, you should go to bed early. I'll ask Lian when you go to bed." "Got it." Tang Bao hung up the phone and stuck her tongue out at the phone. Tang Bao threw the phone and went to bed. She was yawning just now, but her mind was still quite clear. It wasn't easy to fall asleep. She tossed and turned. She made a mess on the bed. She still couldn't fall asleep. Tang Bao thought in horror. Could it be that she was used to sleeping with him and couldn't sleep alone? That's impossible, right? Tang Bao didn't know when she fell asleep, but it must have been very late. But she still woke up very early. She opened her eyes and sat up in bed. She was at a loss for a moment. Di Haoyan really didn't come back last night. What was he so busy with? Didn't he need to sleep at night? Tang Bao walked out of the room and went downstairs. Young madam, why are you up so early? Zhang Li asked in surprise. It's good to sleep early and wake up early. Then I'll bring you breakfast. Zhang Li looked at Tang Bao again before going to the kitchen. Tang Bao went to school during the day, and now she didn't go to the company in the afternoon. She felt that there was no point in going to the company after arguing with Tang Qishan like this. What are you thinking about? Why are you so listless? Wan Malay asked. Are you going to the company in the afternoon? Tang Bao asked. Are you not going? Chapter 97. Yeah, I want to help you, but I can't. Wan Malay spread her hands. Then she nudged Tang Bao. I really admire you and your father. Only blood-related people can quarrel like this and still not break up. This is the magic of blood. Am I the one who wants to quarrel with him? He only knows how to scold me all day long. Don't talk about him. I'm going back. Let's go together. You have to go to the company anyway. Okay. When Tang Bao returned to the castle, Di Haoyan was not there. It was almost dinner time, so Tang Bao had been paying attention to the movements outside. So when her phone rang, she was startled. When she saw the caller ID, Tang Bao had a bad feeling. She picked up. Hello? The matter is not settled yet. I won't go back tonight. Go to bed early tonight. Do you hear me? Tang Bao gritted her teeth. You're not coming back. Why do you care what time I go to bed? Is tea going to close down? Tang Bao said angrily. Tea won't close down with me around. Tang Bao hung up the phone, feeling depressed. Since it wouldn't close down, why did she have to stay in tea? Tang Bao had dinner and did not want to go back to her room. She swayed on the swing outside. Was she glad that she did not tear down the swing? Otherwise, where would she go to swing on the swing now? Di Haoyan was too much. How could he live outside every day after getting married? For some reason, Tang Bao felt very uncomfortable. She thought of the Tang Qishan. At that time, when the Tang Qishan was working, he would always stay out all night. Then, her mother would wait for him all night long. She saw that kind of suffering. However, Tang Bao always felt that Di Haoyan was not like that. The Di Haoyan that Tang Bao knew could do everything with ease and strategize. It was as if there was nothing in the world that he could not do. He was so powerful that he could summon clouds and rain with a flip of his hand. Would T really let him do that? The lights had already been turned off at night, but Tang Bao was still wide awake in bed. She sat up again. He left the room and went down the stairs. He saw Li In preparing to go out. Where did Li In go so late at night? Tang Bao followed him. When he saw Li In about to get into the car, he immediately stopped him. Li In was stunned. Young madam, haven't you slept yet? Where are you going? Tang Bao asked. I'll send some food to the young emperor. Li In said. Only then did Tang Bao notice that Li In was carrying a lunchbox. Where is Di Haoyan? In tea. Tang Bao thought for a moment and said, Well, I'll go with you. Young madam, there's no need for that. Let me do it. Besides, you still have to go to school tomorrow. Your body won't be able to take it. Isn't it just sending food? I'll just come back after I'm done. Tang Bao saw Li In's troubled expression and asked worriedly, Li In, tell me, are you hiding something from me? Young madam, is something wrong with Di Haoyan? The call you received that day about someone being injured and borrowing money. Is he really your relative? Tang Bao asked. Li In saw that he couldn't hide it anymore. Moreover, Di Haoyan was injured, so Tang Bao shouldn't be hiding it. The young emperor was attacked and was shot. He's in the hospital. What? Is Di Haoyan okay? Are you all right? Tang Bao asked in a fluster. His heart was in pain. He's fine now, but he has to stay in the hospital for a few days. Tang Bao was worried and angry. Why didn't you tell me that such a big thing happened? Am I not considered a member of the castle? Or am I not qualified to know about this? I'm sorry, young madam. This was the young emperor's order. He didn't want to scare you. After the young emperor was shot, he immediately ordered everyone not to tell you about his injury. When you called, he was about to take out the bullet. At that time, he still answered your call. Young madam, don't be angry with the young emperor, Lien said. How could Tang Bao still be angry now? She didn't expect Di Hao Yin to do this at all. Just because he was afraid of scaring her, he told everyone to hide it from her. Didn't this make her even more uneasy? Wait for me, I'll go change. I want to go with you, Tang Bao said. Young madam, why don't you go tomorrow? Why? If the young emperor knows that you haven't slept yet, he'll definitely be unhappy. So why don't you go tomorrow? Lien said. Tang Bao knew how overbearing Di Hao Yin was. He was unreasonable when he was overbearing. However, when she knew that Di Hao Yin was injured, she didn't do anything and slept peacefully at home. She really couldn't do it. Moreover, she wanted to see how injured Di Hao Yin was. Very weak, very haggard, can't get out of bed. She wouldn't be at ease if she didn't take a look. How about this? I'll just take a peek outside, okay? There are bodyguards outside. Even if the young emperor can't see it, the bodyguard will inform the young emperor if they see it. Tang Bao was annoyed. How about this? I'll wear a nurse's uniform, right? He won't know if I wear a mask. Seeing that she was so insistent, Lien could only agree. He felt that he might not be able to hide it from Di Hao Yin. When the time came, he would also be scolded. However, if he was scolded, so be it. After Tang Bao went to the hospital, she really put on a nurse's uniform and followed Li Un into the ward. Di Hao Yin was leaning against the bed inside. He was wearing pajamas and looked a little weak. She just couldn't see where he was injured. When Lien said that he was shot, it should be somewhere on his body. After Lien went in, he whispered, "Young Emperor, eat something." Di Hao Yin opened his long and narrow eyes and looked over. When his cold gaze fell on the young nurse standing behind Lien, he was stunned. Tang Bao blinked nervously and tried to calm herself down. She was wearing a mask, and only a pair of big eyes were exposed. Di Hao Yin shouldn't be able to see it. However, being stared at by Di Hao Yin like that was really too stressful. Fortunately, Di Hao Yin looked away after a glance. Tang Bao heaved a sigh of relief. When Di Hao Yin started to eat, Tang Bao kept staring at him. He ate by himself and didn't need anyone to feed him. It shouldn't be serious anymore, right? But he was hospitalized. It must have been very dangerous when he was shot. That was a gunshot wound. He was really amazing. Tang Bao's heart ached. Her eyes were a little red. She was also a little scared. Tang Bao's fear of loss only existed in Tang Qishan. She didn't know why she had such emotions. She just didn't want to see Di Hao Yin in such danger. After Lien handed the food to Di Hao Yin, he went out. Before he went out, he glanced at Tang Bao, hoping that she would pay attention. Tang Bao wished that she could take care of Di Hao Yin. She stayed by the bed like a dedicated nurse. Chapter 98. Tang Bao was stunned for a few seconds. Then her head twitched. Was he flirting with a nurse? If he knew it was her, she could accept it. But now she was wearing a mask, so he couldn't tell who she was. So, he was flirting with an unfamiliar nurse. Was it because she looked good in a nurse's uniform? Tang Bao couldn't speak. If she could, she would jump up and scold him. How could he be so restless when he was sick? Seeing that Di Hao Yin had finished eating, Tang Bao immediately went forward to take away the cutlery and prepared to help Di Hao Yin to sit down. Di Hao Yin could actually move a little, but he accepted the nurse's kindness. Pour me a glass of water. Tang Bao immediately went to pour him water. When she was pouring the water, she heard Di Hao Yin flirting again. Your figure is very attractive. Do you have a boyfriend? Tang Bao couldn't speak. If she spoke, she would be exposed. She shook her head. Are you married? Tang Bao thought that if she didn't have a boyfriend, how could she be married? Tang Bao was suspicious. Could it be that Di Hao Yin saw through her? She thought that she was thinking too much. Tang Bao wanted to nod at first, but when she saw Di Hao Yin's naughty behavior, she simply shook her head. She wanted to see what Di Hao Yin was going to do. Since you don't have a boyfriend and are not married, why don't you be with me? Tang Bao really wanted to smash the glass in her hand on Di Hao Yian's face. Even if she was wearing a mask, she could feel the anger in those big black and white eyes. She was worried to death about Di Hao Yian's injury, but he was actually flirting with the young nurses here and was quite happy. Tang Bao suspected that he had flirted with all the young nurses here. Tang Bao gritted her teeth. Why, you don't want to? Di Hao Yian didn't seem to want to let her go. Tang Bao directly shook her head and refused. I really want to take off your clothes. It must be very tempting inside. Maybe we can do something here? Tang Bao felt his head heat up. His wrist, which was about to take the glass of water, was suddenly held down. Tang Bao exerted some force. He lost his balance and fell over. It was only a few millimeters away from Di Hao Yian's face. Then, her waist was attacked. The large hand slid about freely, trying to get into the nurse's uniform. You've gone too far. Tang Bao could not take it anymore and said. He broke away from Di Hao Yian and stood aside, glaring angrily. Why does this voice sound like my wife's? You have a wife and you're still flirting outside? She doesn't know anyway. Tang Bao took off the mask on his face and said, I saw it. Why are you here? Di Hao Yian narrowed his eyes and pretended not to notice. Tang Bao was stunned. She was so angry with Di Hao Yian that she took off her mask. However, when she heard Di Hao Yian's question, she was even more annoyed. Why? Are you disappointed that I'm here? I came to see you when I knew you were injured, but you didn't forget to flirt with a nurse even when you're recuperating. Di Hao Yian looked at her angry and flushed face and even found it cute. How could he not know that this was Tang Bao? Even if only one of her eyes was exposed, he could still tell. You didn't sleep in the middle of the night and came here. Should I investigate who told you? Don't blame Lien. I found something wrong and forced him to say it. Di Hao Yian, why didn't you tell me that you were injured? I was worried about you too. You even said that you were handling some business at tea. It's just a small injury. It's not a big deal. Di Hao Yian looked at her with burning eyes. He wanted to go back to the castle even more. He had not seen her for 2 days, and he had tried his best to endure every day. Who hurt you? Tang Bao asked. Tang Bao's frowning and worried look made Di Hao Yian's eyes grow deeper. It was as if he wanted to occupy Tang Bao's entire body. Di Hao Yian's eyes narrowed. Come here. What are you doing? Tang Bao said, but she still moved toward the bed. Di Hao Yian grabbed her hand. Tang Bao felt a firm and rough touch pressing against her slender white fingers. Go back to sleep early. Then, Di Hao Yian, let Lien take her out of the hospital. In the car, Tang Bao looked at the night view outside the car window in an unusually silent manner. Lien looked and asked, Young madam, are you okay? Who hurt Di Hao Yian? Didn't you ask the young master? He doesn't want to say. Tang Bao was unhappy. After a moment of silence, Lien said, what the young master has will always make others jealous and hostile. They will secretly make things difficult for him. That's how the world works. Seeing Tang Bao frowning and not saying anything, Lien immediately said, Young madam is innocent. She definitely hasn't heard of such a thing. It's normal that she doesn't understand. I understand. It's just like between Tang Rui and me. Tang Rui doesn't like me, so he always makes things difficult for me. Although his level is different, the essence is still the same. I hate people who can't stand others doing well the most in my life. That's more or less what I mean. Tang Bao went straight to bed after going back. After seeing Di Hao Yian, she didn't have any insomnia. He slept all the way until daybreak. After waking up, she ate something and went to the hospital. The bodyguards at the door didn't say anything when they saw her. Unexpectedly, the doctor inside was changing Di Hao Yian's dressing. Tang Bao's expression changed when she saw the blood-stained gauze. Only then did she know that the gunshot wound was on the left side of his abdomen. Di Hao Yian frowned when he saw Tang Bao. His sharp gaze swept to Hiju. Hiju immediately stopped in front of Tang Bao. Young madam, why don't you wait outside first? The doctor is changing the dressing. Tang Bao didn't say anything. She brought the nutritional soup to Hiju and waited outside. Tang Bao stood in the corridor and felt that her palms were a little cold. She knew that Di Hao Yian didn't want her to see the wound, but she couldn't imagine it. She hoped that he would get better soon. After the doctor came out, Tang Bao went in. The bedside had been tidied up, and the bloody gauze was gone. Di Hao Yin leaned against the bed in his pajamas, but there was still a trace of the smell of blood in the air. What did the doctor say? Are you feeling better? Yes, you can be discharged tomorrow. So soon? Tang Bao was stunned. It's the same if you go back and rest, Di Hao Yin said and looked at Tang Bao, who was deep in thought. Go and change your clothes. Tang Bao came back to her senses and looked down at the clothes on her body. She asked in confusion, is there something wrong? Even if there was something wrong, it was Di Hao Yin who bought it. She was just choosing to wear it in the cloakroom, with a nurse's uniform. Tang Bao was angry. You're a psychopath. Are you going to wear it or not? Di Hao Yin narrowed his dark eyes. It was dangerous. Poor Tang Bao had to find the nurse's uniform to wear. After putting it on, she sighed in front of the mirror. She just wore the nurse's uniform to cover herself last night, but it became Di Hao Yin's psychopathic behavior. Are you new? A nurse came over and asked. Ah, yes. It's my first day. Chapter 99. After the nurse finished speaking, she covered her mouth and left with a smile. Tang Bao was speechless. She stared at herself in the mirror again. How was she similar? Wasn't she wearing a nurse's uniform? What was the difference? Tang Bao returned to Di Hao Yin's ward. It was a little awkward, although it was her second time wearing it. But this time, Di Hao Yin had a purpose. As soon as she entered, she felt Di Hao Yin's sharp gaze boring into her body. Tang Bao was about to fly into a rage out of humiliation before Di Hao Yin moved away. I heard from the doctor that you should rest. Go to sleep, Tang Bao said. I can't sleep with you here. Then I'll go out. Come to the bed. I don't want to. Tang Bao refused. Couldn't this sick person behave himself for a while? Di Hao Yin stared at Tang Bao for a moment and said, I want to drink water. I'll go get it. Here. Di Hao Yin pointed at his thin lips like a master. His meaning was obvious. Tang Bao was slow. What did drinking water have to do with kissing? She thought about it carefully in her mind and suddenly stared at Di Hao Yin with a red face. I'll sleep after the kiss. Tang Bao was a little shaken and felt awkward. Someone will come in. I'll gouge out the eyes of whoever comes in. That was too cruel. Tang Bao approached the edge of the bed. As soon as she lowered her head, Di Hao Yin's hand wrapped around her neck. His big hand clasped the back of her neck. There was no chance for her to retreat. His big hand pressed down. The distance between them was shortened to 4 lips. When they were about to touch, Di Hao Yin directly opened his thin lips and swallowed her whole. Tang Bao was provoked and snorted. Tang Bao's head was already at the top of his head. Now that Di Hao Yin's tongue was forcefully licking him, he could feel his saliva being swallowed continuously. Tang Bao's face was so red that it was about to bleed. In order not to be eaten alive, both of his hands were trembling as he supported himself on the bed. Ugh! Tang Bao was on the verge of fainting as he protested in his throat. Di Hao Yin let go of her slightly. Their lips were so close to each other that it was dangerous. If that day really comes, will your body be able to take it? I'm very worried. Di Hao Yin's voice was low and hoarse. Tang Bao's face was burning, and so was his entire body. Since you're so worried, why don't we just wait for that day to come? After saying that, she pulled off the big hand on her neck. When he stood up, he felt a little dizzy from the lack of oxygen. It was as if he had seen the stars at night. Her watery eyes were filled with mist, sparkling and moving. Her small mouth was pitifully red and swollen from being sucked. Tang Bao took a few deep breaths and did not look at Di Hao Yin's expression. Tang Bao opened his small mouth in shock. Then he became angry. Go to sleep. The corners of Di Hao Yin's mouth curled up sexily, and he closed his eyes. Tang Bao felt that he was about to break down. Tang Bao looked at Di Hao Yin's calm, sleeping face and thought that he must have fallen asleep. However, Di Hao Yin was really good-looking. The key was that he had a unique masculinity. His face was sharp and angular, and he had a sharp expression. Even when he was sleeping, he looked threatening. Tang Bao looked at him and thought of something. He took out his phone and took a photo of Di Hao Yin on the bed. Looking at the photo, saved in his phone, Tang Bao smiled slyly. It was just a photo. Di Hao Yin would not know. When Di Hao Yin woke up, he saw a small head lying on the bed. His big hand covered it, and the silky black hair slid down and scattered on the white sheets. Di Hao Yin's eyes were deep and gentle as he looked at her. Tang Bao was taking a nap when he felt his head being touched. He woke up and looked up to meet Di Hao Yin's dark eyes. "You're awake?" Tang Bao said embarrassedly. "I just laid down for a while. I didn't fall asleep. Don't stay here. Go back to the castle." "Why?" "I'm not tired. I'll be discharged tomorrow." "Yes, you'll be discharged tomorrow. It won't be long. I have nothing to do anyway." "Hiju," Di Hao Yin said in a deep voice. Hiju walked into the ward. "Young master, what are your orders?" "Send her back." "Fine." Tang Bao walked away angrily. When he passed by Hiju, he was angry. "I don't need you to send me back." Hiju told him not to send her back. Hiju really didn't want to send her back? Of course not. After getting into the car, Tang Bao said, "Send me to school." "Yes." After returning to school, Tang Bao sat in the classroom with a gloomy expression. Wan Malay came over. "What's wrong? Who provoked you?" "The class is over." "What are you doing here? Don't tell me you missed me." "So you came to see me?" "Yes, I missed you. So I came to see you," Tang Bao said angrily. At this moment, a classmate ran over. "Tang Bao, someone is looking for you outside." "Who is it?" "A woman." Tang Bao thought to himself. Could it be Xiao Rui? She was a little scared to see Xiao Rui now. "If you really want to be with Di Hao Yin, why don't you look for Di Hao Yin? Why are you looking for me?" She was most afraid of people who pestered her. "What kind of woman? Does she look like me?" Tang Bao asked. "Not at all." Then it was not Xiao Rui. Tang Bao walked out of the school gate and saw the car parked outside. Then he looked at the people inside. Tang Bao was stunned for a while. Zhou Xiangting got out of the car and walked towards Tang Bao with a smile on his face. "Did you go to the wrong school?" "Your daughter is not here," Tang Bao said angrily. "I came to look for you. Let's have a meal together." "There's no need for a meal. If you have something to say, just say it." Tang Bao did not turn around and leave. He wanted to know if Tang Qishan had something to do with him. Zhou Xiangting did not force him and said, "I think there might be a misunderstanding between us." "What do you mean?" "Your father and I are married for the second time. For the time being, I don't know how to make our family more harmonious, so I did something wrong. Please understand." He did not know why. After Zhou Xiangting said these words, Tang Bao thought of Tang Rui at that time. In order to get close to Di Hao Yin and attract Di Hao Yin, he played with her humbly. He even bought her fruits. They were indeed mother and daughter. "What exactly do you want? If you have something to say, just say it. I don't like to beat around the bush." Chapter 100. Tang Bao did not expect that one day she would need Zhou Xiangting to resolve the conflict between her and Tang Qishan. Was it not because of her that things had turned out this way? There's no overnight feud between father and daughter. Even if you don't come home, it's good to go back and have a meal occasionally. What do you think? Tang Bao turned around and sneered. "When did you become so nice? Didn't you used to wish that my father didn't like me and like Tang Rui?" "Yes, I do have selfish motives, but I don't feel good when I see your father unhappy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come here in person. You can do this for my father? How about this? You and Tang Rui move out, and I'll stay back. What do you think?" Tang Bao looked at Zhou Xiangting's frozen face and sneered. She turned around and entered the campus. Tang Bao knew that Zhou Xiangting could not do it. She said that on purpose. Was this the first time she met Zhou Xiangting? Did she think that she was a 3-year-old child? She and Tang Qishan had always been like this. The last time she scolded her, she was especially energetic. Now she was unhappy. Who was she kidding? In the afternoon, Wan Malay went to the company, and Tang Bao was preparing to go back to the castle. Then she received a call from Tang Qishan. "What do you think the company is? You don't want to come? Can't you be a little responsible?" Tang Bao looked at the sky helplessly. This was her father. It was really not good to scold him. She was afraid that God would strike her. She had not been to the company for 10 days, and he only called her now. "Who knows if you're willing to let me go? I'm just embarrassed." It's not my company. Tang Bao hung up the phone and went to the company. She was scolded by the supervisor. He even said that she should not be arrogant just because she had a backer. Tang Bao completely acted like a punching bag and was scolded without a word. After the scolding, she went to work. At night, Tang Bao slept alone again. She did not go to the hospital to see Di Hao Ian. TSK, with so many people waiting on her, she probably wouldn't need to go. Maybe when she wasn't around, he could still flirt with the nurse. Just thinking about it made Tang Bao's heart burn with rage. This person was truly abominable. If he didn't want to go, then so be it. Tang Bao was lying on the bed, playing with his mobile phone. The two snow-white feet were still dangling in the air as they played the game enthusiastically. Suddenly, he felt a shadow looming over him. "Oh my God, you scare me to death." Tang Bao took a closer look and saw Di Hao Ian's tall and slender figure standing by the bed. He was looking at her with a pair of sharp black eyes. "It seems like you had a lot of fun when I wasn't around." The low voice had a dangerous and oppressive feeling. If he was unhappy, was he supposed to cry while playing the game? That scene was truly horrifying. "You? Why are you back?" "I can't return." "No. Aren't you going to be discharged tomorrow?" Tang Bao tried to recall. It was definitely tomorrow, that's right. "Advance." Di Hao Ian entered the walk-in closet. Tang Bao was stunned for a moment, then got up and followed him. When she entered the walk-in closet, she saw Di Hao Ian taking off his shirt with his back facing her. His bare, strong back was exposed, and the smooth lines of his muscles were perfectly depicted. Although this was not the first time she had seen it, she did not dare to look too closely. Tang Bao turned around with his back facing her. "Why advance? Did the doctor say that?" "Yes. You're injured now. It's not convenient for two people to sleep together, right? Why don't I sleep in the next room?" Tang Bao thought for a moment and said, "I should have asked the butler to lock that room." Tang Bao thought that even if he didn't want her to sleep in the next room, he didn't have to lock it, right? Who would dare to go against his words? Until both of them went to bed. Tang Bao realized that Di Hao Ian's movements were indeed not inconvenient. He was just like a normal person. That meant that he was almost healed, right? When she slept next to Di Hao Ian, she could still smell the faint smell of medicine on his body, but did not smell bad. Instead, it made Tang Bao fall asleep very quickly. When Tang Bao woke up in the morning, she found herself in Di Hao Ian's arms. She was stunned for a moment. When she slept last night, she deliberately kept a distance from Di Hao Ian, afraid that she would touch his wound. How did she end up in this sleeping position? Her hand was still pressed against Di Hao Ian's strong chest. Tang Bao looked up. Di Hao Ian had already woken up and was staring at her with his dark eyes. Tang Bao's face was slightly hot, and she asked, "I didn't touch your wound, did I?" "No." She was really not used to being stared at by Di Hao Ian so early in the morning. She shrank her neck and got out of bed. "Are you going to school today?" "Yes, I have to go to the company in the afternoon." "Are you really going?" Di Hao Ian's expression was not good. Tang Bao looked at Di Hao Ian in confusion. Di Hao Ian said, "I'm injured at home, and you still want to go out?" The corner of Tang Bao's mouth twitched. Who was the one who hid his injury back then? When he was in the hospital, he did not even let her stay there. Now that he was home, he still wanted her to accompany him 24/7? "You're not allowed to go out." With Di Hao Ian's order, Tang Bao naturally could not go out. Therefore, during the day, Tang Bao had to accompany Di Hao Ian. Tang Bao's companionship was just to stay in a room to play games or watch TV. When Tang Bao was nestled on the sofa to play games, Di Hao Ian said, "Give me your phone." "What for?" Tang Bao stood up and went over. Di Hao Ian took her phone and started playing. Tang Bao glared at Di Hao Ian's head. Seeing Di Hao Ian fumbling around and playing, she asked, "Do you know how to play? Do you want me to teach you?" "No need." Di Hao Ian fumbled around for a while, and sure enough, it was smooth. She played very neatly. Tang Bao stood at the side and watched with excitement. In the dialogue box, her comrade's shocked face said, "Damn, beautiful Bao, are you on steroids? Why are you so awesome all of a sudden?" Tang Bao cursed in her heart. "You're awesome. Your whole family is awesome." Did this mean that she was terrible at playing in the past? Tang Bao did not want to be looked down upon, so she poked Di Hao Yian's strong arm with her finger and said, "Answer me, answer me." Di Hao Yan really replied. When Tang Bao saw the content of the reply, her face turned purple and bright red. Di Hao Yan's reply was, "I'm her husband. You can't play like this." How could Di Hao Yan say such a thing? And he directly scared the other party away. How can you say that? Tang Bao was unhappy when he thought about it. Is there a problem? If you say that, who will still play with me? Di Hao Yan's face was gloomy. No one will play with you when you're married. I want to know who the other party is and what their purpose is. Tang Bao's nerves tensed up, and she hurriedly waved her hand and laughed. No, they're all women. Only then did Di Hao Yan retract his cold aura and continue fighting. After a while, Di Hao Yan, you're patient. Don't you need a rest? Playing games hurts your spirit. Tang Bao wanted to take back his phone. Games that don't use your brain won't hurt your spirit. Tang Bao was furious. She turned and left. She did not go anywhere. She went into the bathroom to pee. Not long after she went in, she heard a knock on the door. Chapter 101. Tang Bao was stunned for a while before he remembered who it was. It was Di Hao Yan's second uncle. When Tang Bao came out of the bathroom, Di Hao Yan was no longer in the bedroom. His phone was placed on the bedside table. Did he go out to meet his second uncle? Tang Bao walked out of the room and stood on the railing to look down. He saw Di Hao Yan and Di Lingyue sitting on each side of the living room and talking. Di Hao Yan was wearing a suit and a shirt. He had a serious style, and his long legs were crossed. He didn't look like he was injured. Instead, he looked as natural as usual. Was it necessary to dress like this to meet his second uncle? His family wouldn't mind, right? Second uncle, did you come here to see me? I haven't come here since you got married. Your father passed away, and you're my only nephew. Isn't it normal for me to come and see you? Di Lingyue smiled. However, his eyes were full of shrewdness. Thank you so much, second uncle. Di Hao Yan didn't smile. He was cold and unfathomable. Why do I feel that you've lost weight after not seeing you for a while? Are you feeling unwell? You have to take care of yourself. Di Lingyue asked with concern. He was frowning. I just got married. Isn't it normal for me to lose weight? Di Hao Yan was implying something. Di Lingyue smiled awkwardly and nodded. Then he looked away. Tang Bao isn't here? He's sleeping. Since you're fine, I'll go back. He Ju. See him out. After Di Lingyue walked out, Di Hao Yan's face was as cold as ice. He Ju came back after a while. What did Di Lingyue come here for? To see if I'm dead or not. Di Hao Yan's black eyes had a sharp glint. Cunning old fox. Young master, do you really think that Di Lingyue did it? He Ju asked. I wasn't sure before, but I'm sure now. No one knows that I'm injured. Didn't he come here to check on my injuries? It's a pity that I've let him down. In a rich and powerful family, they might seem to be rich and powerful, but in reality, there were hidden dangers. Kinship was so thin that it was not as practical as power in his hands. Di Hao Yan had lived in such a world since he was a child. However, he had long stopped taking it seriously. Tang Bao went down after seeing Di Lingyue leave. Why are you downstairs? Can't second uncle go to the room? That's our room. Di Hao Yan glanced at the room. Tang Bao immediately understood what he meant. However, she wondered if he Ju would go in as well. Although it was outside the bedroom, second uncle could also be outside the bedroom. There was no need for Di Hao Yan to come downstairs. He thought so in his heart, but he didn't say it out loud. Anyway, no one could see through Di Hao Yan's thoughts. Did second uncle come to see you when you were injured? He doesn't know I'm injured. Oh, you didn't tell him. Don't tell anyone about my injuries. Although Tang Bao did not understand, he agreed. Perhaps he didn't want others to know. How could Zhou Xianting endure being bullied by Tang Bao? Think about her age and seniority. She was bullied by a child. She was already speaking in such a humble manner. Tang Bao really didn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Moreover, Tang Bao didn't seem to be ready to reconcile. It was impossible for him to accept her. Then what should she do? Was she really going to wait for Tang Qishan to divorce her? No. How could she get a divorce? If she got a divorce, she would have nothing. Men were really unreliable. Zhou Xiangting realized that if a woman only thought about relying on men, she would become very sad. Zhou Xiangting found a friend of hers from a pharmaceutical company. What do you want that medicine for? That's a banned medicine. You can't take it casually. That man was called Zhang Huai, a researcher of the pharmaceutical company. Are you going to help me or not? No one will know if you give it to me. Zhou Xiangting left after getting the banned medicine. In the evening, she poured tea for Tang Qishan and personally handed it to him. Thank you. You and I are husband and wife. There's no need to thank me. Tang Qishan's expression changed, but he didn't say anything. Such a cold attitude made Zhou Xiangting's hatred in her heart deeper. Seeing Tang Qishan drink the tea, the hatred in her heart eased a little. This medicine was a banned medicine, a slow-acting poison. After eating it, no symptoms would be found. And when the symptoms were found, the 5 internal organs would fail. Even the gods couldn't save him. While Di Haoyan was taking a shower, Tang Bao called Wan Malay in the living room. I said, you didn't come to school, and you didn't come to the company. Your father asked me yesterday what you were doing. I had a line say that there was an event at school that you were responsible for. F***CK. When did you participate in school activities? You're making me blush. That's really something. Really? Well, you can also blush when you're so thick-skinned. I can't imagine it. Next time, show me how red you are. By the way, is my father very angry? So angry that he wants to stuff me into my mother's stomach and remake me? It's okay. I can't tell, but he definitely doesn't look good. Hey, when has he ever looked good? This is only for you. If it's for me, haha. Tang Bao didn't need to say anything. She understood very well. She knew her father too well. Can't you not make him angry? What's wrong with your family? Or are you too lazy to go out? Let me tell you, it's not good to be so dispirited. It's nothing. Okay, I'll go to the company tomorrow. Tang Bao was talking when he heard the movement in the bathroom. He immediately said, I'm hanging up. He threw the phone over. Standing outside the bathroom door, she pressed her ear against the door and asked, Di Haoqian, did you call me? Come in. Huh? Can I go in? If you don't come in, your wound will split open. Tang Bao's heart tightened, and he pushed the door open. Di Haoyan was inside with a towel wrapped around his waist. There was gauze on his abdomen, so no gunshot wound could be seen. Tang Bao walked in. Do you need my help? Di Haoyan handed her a roll of gauze. Wrap it. Do you know how to do it? Yes. Tang Bao looked at the square gauze from time to time. Her head was hot. A bullet had passed through it. Fortunately, it didn't hit a vital part. Just this alone was enough to make Tang Bao's heart skip a beat. She wrapped the gauze around Di Haoyan's waist. Are you afraid? Di Haoyan's low voice lowered. I can't see. Of course, I'm not afraid. Tang Bao thought for a moment and asked, Did you apply the medicine yourself? How about I help you next time? Di Haoyan stretched out his slender fingers, hooked Tang Bao's chin, and lifted it slightly. Tang Bao met his sharp black eyes. The water in her eyes trembled, and her face was tinged with a thin layer of red. She opened her mouth. WH, what are you doing? When can I really have you? What do you mean? It means that your body belongs to me. Chapter 102. Her hand trembled and the gauze fell to the ground. It was connected to Di Haoyan's strong waist. What? What are you talking about? Or, wait until I fully recover? Di Haoyan stared at Tang Bao with his deep eyes. She was shy but could not avoid him. It was very cute and seductive. Did you ask me to come in so that I can bandage you, or to tease me? Tang Bao was so anxious that she wanted to stomp her feet. I asked you to come in so that I can tease you and bandage you while I'm at it. Di Haoyan did not hide his naked purpose at all. Tang Bao really wanted to throw the gauze in his hand and let him bandage it himself. But in the end, she could not bear to do so and let Di Haoyan bandage it one by one. While she was bandaging, Di Haoyan's hands began to move unscrupulously. Tang Bao's body trembled. What are you doing? Concentrate. How can I concentrate when you're like this? Tang Bao's face turned red. Di Hao Yian's palm was rough, and when it slid across her skin, she felt waves of numbness ripple through her body. It made her breathing become disorderly. Bao Bao, do you mean that I made you feel something? No, Tang Bao denied. Then continue. Tang Bao wanted to cry, but had no tears. She braced herself, and her face was red. Under Di Hao Yian's harassment, she wrapped the gauze around her. Tang Bao's hands moved faster, hoping that it would be done soon. Then she could go out. Don't! Be gentle! Be gentle! Tang Bao twisted her waist in discomfort. Di Hao Yian's blood was boiling because of her screams and wriggling. He held her waist and pulled her closer. He pressed Tang Bao against his body. You're wound. MMM. Tang Bao's little mouth was swallowed. Di Hao Yian was focused on plundering, and Tang Bao was so distracted that he was afraid that he would touch Di Hao Yian's wound. Di Hao Yian kissed her fiercely and licked the remaining water stains on her lips with the tip of his tongue. His voice was hoarse. So much water. What was that saying again? He was not afraid of thieves stealing, but he was afraid of thieves thinking about him. Di Hao Yian was the wolf thief. They had agreed on 3 months. Tang Bao felt that he could not wait for even a second. This was the result of sharing the same bed. Since they couldn't touch, why did they have to sleep together? Wasn't that just looking for trouble for himself? Tang Bao could not understand Di Hao Yian's thinking. If it were her, she would rather stay far away. What the eye doesn't see is silence. In the afternoon, they had tea break. Tang Bao and Wan Malay ran to the stairs and sat down. Each of them held a cup of milk tea in their hands. Malay, I want to ask you something. Tang Bao rolled his big eyes for a long time and finally found the courage to speak. The two of them leaned against each other, and it felt a little sneaky. In this way, it made it even more wretched. What is it? Are you a virgin? Of course, I am. Wan Malay said the word of course very loudly, and the last word was especially sad. Tang Bao thought that she was not a virgin and wanted to continue asking, why are you more disappointed than me? Tang Bao thought for a few seconds and asked again, do you think that the first time is very painful? I heard that a girl's first time is super painful. I don't know about this either. You will only know if you experience it yourself. Moreover, everyone's situation is different. Oh, it's the men's side. I heard that the bigger the man, the more painful the woman's first time is. Think about it. If the man is small, the tearing force will definitely be small. The bigger the man, the bigger the tearing force. What do you think? Wan Malay analyzed seriously. Tang Bao furrowed her beautiful brows and had a serious look on her face. Sweat dripped from his forehead. Wan Malay thought of something and said, that's not right. Why are you asking me this question? Can I ask? Aren't you married? Don't you know if the first time is painful? Don't tell me that you and the young master are still innocent. Tang Bao pursed his lips and nodded. Wan Malay's eyes suddenly froze. Then, he gave her 2 thumbs up. I admire the young master. Why do you admire him? Tang Bao expressed his dissatisfaction. He's already married, but he can still resist touching you. His tolerance is super good, right? Wan Malay thought of something, and his expression changed. Tang Bao was frightened by her. What are you doing? I heard that a man with good tolerance has more explosive power. Wan Malay looked at Tang Bao's figure sympathetically. Can you take it? Do I need to call an ambulance? Do you believe that I'll knock you out with a brick? Tang Bao raised his hand. There was milk tea in his hand. Ha ha, don't be like this. I'm telling you as a good friend, so that you can be mentally prepared. Bao Bao. Don't tell me you rejected him because you're afraid of pain. Tang Bao looked at Wan Malay. Why don't you say that Di Hao Yian is not interested in me? Wan Malay scanned Tang Bao's body and waved his hand with certainty. Absolutely impossible, unless he has a man's disease. Tang Bao was crying in his heart. Wan Malay really hit the nail on the head. Di Hao Yian's interest in her was particularly frightening. Not only did he not have that disease, he was also different from ordinary people. Tang Bao thought that if such a day really came, would she really call an ambulance? The two of them came out of the emergency staircase. The milk tea was finished and the empty bottle was thrown into the trash can. Have you seen your father? Wan Malay asked. How can a small employee like me see the boss? But I think he must know that I'm in the company. Otherwise, he would have called me and scolded me. Tang Bao knew her father too well. Why do you always get scolded by your father? That's because my father doesn't like me. Sigh, my biological father. I can't even talk back after being scolded, and I can't even sever our father-daughter relationship. How pitiful am I? Tang Bao shook his head and sighed. Then, she saw the silent person behind her from the corner of her eyes. She was so scared that she took a few steps back. She clutched her chest and looked at her father. Wan Malay saw Tang Qishan's darkened face and suddenly felt that Tang Bao was really born to be scolded. How pitiful are you? Do you want to sever our father-daughter relationship? Tang Bao was a little scared. It's just a joke. Why do you take it so seriously? Tang Qishan could not be bothered to look at her. He would be furious if he looked at her. After Tang Qishan left, Tang Bao grabbed Wan Malay and asked, "Why do you think my father always gives me the cold shoulder?" This I know. Why? Because he likes sons, because I don't have a son, because I don't have children for the Tang family. At the Tang family's house, Zhou Xianting was making tea for Tang Qishan. Then he took out the medicine that he always carried with him and dripped 2 drops into it. It was colorless and tasteless. It definitely could not be tasted. Tang Rui, who was passing by, walked in and asked, "Mom, what did you put in it just now?" "Nothing. Why are you in the kitchen? Are you hungry?" "Mom, I clearly saw you." Tang Rui pointed at the cup. His meaning was obvious. Chapter 103. Are you still worried that I'll tell others? I hate everything here more than you do. Tang Qishan wants to divorce me. What? Why does he want to divorce you? On what grounds? Tang Rui was very angry. Of course, it's for his daughter. I've been with him for so many years, and I can't believe I ended up like this. So, don't blame me for being rude. Zhou Xianting's eyes were full of viciousness. Mom, I support you. But if Tang Qishan dies, what will happen to his inheritance? He still has a daughter. It won't be our turn no matter what, Tang Rui said worriedly. She did not want to end up with nothing and give it all to Tang Bao. Don't worry about that. When he realizes that his health is failing, he'll naturally think of writing a will. At that time, we'll secretly replace him. Zhou Xianting had thought of everything. They would definitely not allow themselves to be at a disadvantage. Just as the two of them were happily scheming, a sound came from outside. Zhou Xianting and Tang Rui's expressions changed. Tang Rui chased after them. Annie Wang stood there at a loss. Her face was pale. Tang Rui sneered. Annie Wang, how long have you been working for the Tang family? 5 years. Then, do you want to die? Or do you want to leave obediently? Tang Rui asked coldly. What did it mean by the walls have ears? Within an hour after Tang Bao watched Tang Qishan leave, the news that she wanted to sever ties with Tang Qishan spread like wildfire. The supervisor walked over and called her to the office with the face of a female director. Tell me, it's not easy for President Tang. He has to take care of the company and raise you as a father and mother. If you have something to say, talk it out. Don't hurt his feelings. He's still your father. Let me tell you, there are only children who don't want their parents, but there are no parents who don't want their children. I'm already a mother. I know very well. Tang Bao came out of the office. She could feel countless bees buzzing around her ears. Not only that, those who treated her well in the past were even better. What was bad had become good. Ha! Nepotism was just that great. Most importantly, he had to drag her to a party at night. How could he not go to the Tang Bao? In the future, the company would be her world. Wouldn't she have to build a good relationship with her colleagues so that it would be easier for her to conquer the company in the future? In the past, emperors had to rely on a generation of officials to seize power. Castle room. His phone was vibrating. Di Hao Ian walked over to answer the call. Tang Bao's voice came from the other end. Di Hao Ian, it's a company gathering. I have to go. Will the company go bankrupt if we don't have a party? Di Hao Ian's eyes turned sharp. That won't happen. But think about it. I'm going to inherit my father's company in the future. Shouldn't I build a good relationship with him? especially after everyone knew her identity. No need. What? He has T support. Tang Bao scratched his smooth forehead with his fingers and felt a headache coming on. Can I come back earlier? No. Di Hao Yin, let me tell you, Tang Bao roared. Tell me what? Di Hao Yin's cold voice rose from the ground. His voice penetrated the phone receiver and stung Tang Bao's fragile eardrums. Even the nerves in his brain trembled. Tang Bao immediately changed the topic. I'm telling you, I'll consider your request carefully. How long do you need to consider? Tang Bao's words were very vague. But who was Di Hao Yin? His eyes immediately darkened, and his voice was low and hoarse. I want to strip you naked right now. You haven't recovered from your injury yet. Even if Di Hao Yin couldn't see Tang Bao, he knew how embarrassed she was now. This kind of temptation was irrespective of distance. Don't worry, 3 days and 3 nights won't be a problem. Tang Bao's nerves tensed up. You don't have a problem, but I do. Who wants to be with you for 3 days and 3 nights? Do you want my life? No. Wait until you've fully recovered. Tang Bao hung up the phone with a red face. After hanging up, Tang Bao was in a dilemma. Did she just agree to Di Hao Yin's request? Oh God, she should have rejected him directly. If Di Hao Yin's injury really recovered, what should she do? All right, she could escape. Ha ha. Tang Bao followed his colleagues to eat, but the enthusiasm of his colleagues was always immeasurable. She forced Tang Bao to drink until her face was red. Tang Bao felt that he should have dragged Wan Malay along. That guy actually abandoned him and went home. Sigh, tomorrow is a weekend. I don't have to go to work, and I don't have to persuade him to drink, right? Tang Bao felt very dizzy. He immediately peed and escaped. Otherwise, he would have to drink under the table. When he came out of the washroom, he didn't expect to meet Di Junbai here. This person was her first love. Brother Junbai. Di Junbai was stunned when he saw the drunk Tang Bao. In order to stabilize herself, Tang Bao supported herself with one hand against the wall, but she ignored her own strength. She slid down. Di Junbai went forward and hugged her. Are you okay? Tang Bao raised his flushed face and stared drunkenly at the gentle and handsome face right in front of him. Brother Junbai, I can't stay at your place anymore. I'm going home. It's okay. Brother Junbai, why are you so gentle? Tang Bao smiled intoxicatingly. Di Junbai smiled. Why are you so drunk? Drunk? No, I'm still very sober. Brother Junbai, why are you so swaying? Tang Bao stretched out her slender fingers and landed on Di Junbai's face. She gently traced along his prominent facial features. It was as if she was painting his portrait. Di Junbai smiled helplessly and let her do as she pleased. It's my father's birthday in 2 days. Will you go with my brother? Birthday? Does that mean there's a birthday cake to eat? I'll go. Tang Bao smiled foolishly. I'll send you back. I'll send you back. Another cold voice that sounded like it came from hell suddenly descended. Then, the person in Di Junbai's arms pulled the person over. She hit her chest. Ouch, it hurts. Tang Bao touched her poor forehead. She didn't understand what was so hard. Did she hit the wall again? Yeah, why was it again? Di Junbai regained his composure and said, It's good that you're here. She drank a lot. What are you doing here? Di Hao Yin asked. Eating with a friend. Di Hao Yin's expression was cold. Without saying a word, he carried Tang Bao and turned to leave. Tang Bao fell asleep in the car and seemed to be particularly quiet. However, when she got out of the car at the castle, the night wind blew and woke her up a little. She left Di Hao Yin and walked inside alone. Tang Bao slammed her hand on the wall. Open the door, I'm back. Open the door. Di Hao Yin stood a few steps away and looked coldly at Tang Bao, who was slamming her hand on the wall. She even hugged Di Junbai. Chapter 104. Open the door. Do you hear me? If you don't open it, I'll kick it. Tang Bao was still shouting. Lien and Zhongli came out and saw it. The bodyguards also saw it. The servants also saw it. The dignified young Madame Di was really a disgrace. Di Hao Yin's eyebrows twitched. He went forward and pulled her in through the door. Oh my God, there's actually a door here. Tang Bao was quite surprised. Di Hao Yin. When they reached the room, Di Hao Yin pushed her in with a terrible expression. After Tang Bao went in, she took off her shoes. She didn't take them off with her hands, but with a kick. With a left kick, the shoe flew out. With a right kick, the shoe flew out. It became a free fall. One shoe landed on the sofa and the other on the coffee table. Di Hao Yin's face was as black as the bottom of a pot. His eyes were sharp. Who told you to drink so much? Who? It's a colleague. Tang Bao thought of something. She stood up and swayed in front of Di Hao Yin. She steadied herself and said, I only know now that it's so tiring to fight for the country. You have to drink so much. So I think a beauty is better than a country. A beauty won't be tired. Di Hao Yin shouldn't have pursued a drunkard. He coldly pulled Tang Bao over. Tang Bao snorted. Where are you going? Di Hao Yin directly carried her into the bathroom. Why did you bring me here? Tang Bao shouted. To take a shower. Di Hao Yin's voice was cold. I'm not taking a shower. Tang Bao ran to the corner and stood there like a primary school student. Come here. Di Hao Yin's face was covered with a thick layer of shadow. Tang Bao looked at him and felt a gust of cold wind pass through her body. She shivered. Then, she slowly approached Di Hao Yin with small steps. When she was almost in front of Di Hao Yin, her left foot hooked her right foot. The man leaned forward. Di Hao Yin immediately stepped forward and held her in his arms. Tang Bao raised her misty eyes and met Di Hao Yin's dark eyes. Her eyes were pure, and her eyelids fluttered weakly. It was as if the wings of a butterfly were flapping. Di Hao Yin's eyes deepened, and his breathing became heavy. Right now, he was like a match that could be easily lit. However, the little thing in front of him had no idea how infuriating it was. Unable to bear it any longer, he pulled the Tang Bao over and fiercely bit down on her frightened little mouth. Tang Bao groaned in pain. He wrapped his arms around Di Hao Yin's strong and sturdy waist and raised his small face to bear the pain. Then he stopped moving. Di Hao Yin let go of the Tang Bao. He had already fallen asleep. Di Hao Yin's face darkened. He gritted his teeth. Tang Bao. There was nothing to do the next day. Tang Bao slept until the sky turned dark. When she woke up again, she was the only one in bed. Tang Bao thought for a while before remembering that she had been drunk by her colleagues last night. Then, she seemed to have met Di Junbai. No, she met Di Hao Yin? That's not right either. Why would Di Hao Yin go to the place where she ate? She didn't say that she was there. So it should be Di Junbai. But why did it seem like Di Hao Yin brought her back? Tang Bao's mind was like a movie that had been edited out. It was a mess. She thought that there shouldn't be any trouble, right? Tang Bao felt that she couldn't drink very well. She was in a daze no matter what she did. Tang Bao washed up and went downstairs. She didn't see Di Hao Yin. She asked Zhang Li, where's Di Hao Yin? In the study. Oh, she wouldn't go to the study. Tang Bao thought of something and asked Zhang Li, I didn't do anything bad last night, right? Zhang Li looked at her motionlessly. Did knocking on a wall count as a door? Who sent me back? Young Master Di. It's really him? That's not right. How did Di Hao Yin know where she ate? After a while, Di Hao Yin walked out. His gloomy face made Tang Bao not dare to vent her anger. The next time someone sells you alcohol, I'll make it disappear. Tang Bao didn't dare to ask anything. She lowered her head and twirled her 2 fingers aggrievedly. Later, Tang Bao thought, could it be that she called Di Hao Yin when she was drunk and delirious? Other than this possibility, she couldn't think of any other reason. If Di Hao Yin really went to the place where she ate, Di Junbai was also there. Then, could Di Hao Yin's expression be because he saw her and Di Junbai together? Alcohol and women were really family. Tang Bao concluded that sometimes being muddle-headed was not a bad thing. Di Hao Yin definitely had to go to Di Ling Yue's birthday party. It was held in the villa. Many people were invited. The last time Tang Bao went, she wore a particularly revealing dress. This time, she had to choose carefully. Then, she picked all kinds of clothes in the cloakroom and finally chose a dress that she felt was suitable for her appearance. Di Hao Yin let her choose. Anyway, the clothes in the cloakroom were not revealing. It was also suitable for Tang Bao's age. Therefore, Tang Bao would not think that revealing was beautiful. After going to second uncle's house, Tang Bao didn't expect to meet Xiao Rui, who came to congratulate Di Lingwei. She was wearing an off-shoulder dress, and her cleavage could be seen when she bent over slightly. Tang Bao's lips curled up in disdain. He didn't know why she was showing such a look. In fact, after Tang Bao knew Xiao Rui, he knew that the clothes in the castle's cloakroom would not be Xiao Rui's, because Xiao Rui's breasts were not that big. Xiao Rui walked to Di Haoyan with a smile on her face. I heard from Wanru that today is Uncle's birthday, so I came over. You don't mind, do you? No, that's good. Xiao Rui smiled after saying that. She glanced at Tang Bao before turning to leave. What was that glance? Provocation? But he didn't see Xiao Rui again after that. She should have left. Halfway through the banquet, Tang Bao needed to pee. He wanted to find the toilet. Do you know where it is? Di Haoyan asked. I know. Didn't I come here last time? Tang Bao said, put down the juice, and ran away. Chapter 105. It doesn't matter if you hurt me, but if you hurt her, I'd rather kill the wrong person than let anyone off. Di Haoyan was very calm when he said this, but there was a fierce smell of blood. Di Lingwei was stunned when he heard that. Then he laughed heartily. You're too worried about her. Who would hurt her? It's best if no one did. Di Haoyan took a sip of wine. After Tang Bao came out of the bathroom, he went to look for Di Haoyan. He stopped in his tracks. From afar, he saw Xiao Rui standing beside Di Haoyan. She was saying something. Tang Bao's heart sank as he looked at her. A wave of anger rushed through him. In the past, when Xiao Rui was by Haoyan's side, she was much happier than you. Unfortunately, after a long time, no one knew that such a day would come. Tang Bao turned around and saw Lan Wanru looking at Di Haoyan and Xiao Rui in the distance. Tang Bao understood the meaning of her words very well. She felt that she was not as good as Xiao Rui. She might even follow in Xiao Rui's footsteps. Xiao Rui is also a sentimental person. She still has hope in her heart, and this hope must be given by Haoyan. Otherwise, who would rush into it head-on? What do you think? Lan Wanru asked. Why are you telling me this? Tang Bao asked coldly. Of course, there's a reason to say this. A reason to sow discord. I just want to know the difference between you and Xiao Rui. To be honest, you can't compare to Xiao Rui. I just don't know why Haoyan married you. I've heard a love triangle story before. A woman quarreled with her husband, divorced in a fit of anger, and married someone else. After she calmed down, she realized that the person she loved was still her ex-husband. Who do you think is the most pitiful person? Lan Wanru finished what she wanted to say and turned to leave. If it weren't for her poor health, Tang Bao would have kicked her. On the surface, Xiao Rui was here to attend Di Lingyue's birthday. In fact, he had already heard from Lan Wanru that Di Haoyan would also be coming. But when she saw that Tang Bao was also there, she was especially angry. It was not easy for her to wait until Tang Bao was gone before she came to look for Di Haoyan. I know, I shouldn't have left in the past. If I didn't leave, the Tang Bao wouldn't have taken advantage of the situation. This is the only wrong choice I've ever made, Xiao Rui said bitterly. With or without you, there will be a Tang Bao. Di Haoyan's face was calm. Why? I know you like the looks of me and Tang Bao, but in the past, you were so good to me. You would give me whatever I wanted. Why are you so heartless to me now? Xiao Rui was unable to walk out of her past memories. Di Haoyan frowned, his face cold. I've already used money to make up for my kindness to you in the past. That should be enough. Xiao Rui was stunned. What do you mean? How can you make up for your kindness to me? Before she could finish speaking, her head was suddenly patted, and she fell to the ground. Tang Bao was standing behind her with a brick in his hand. His face was gloomy. Di Haoyan was speechless. Tang Bao pointed at Yiju. Take this person away. Yiju glanced at Di Haoyan, then ordered 2 people to carry the unconscious Xiao Rui away. The others were dumbfounded when they saw this scene. Tang Bao walked up to Di Haoyan and said, If you can't bear to do it, I'll ask them to carry her back. Di Haoyan's eyes flashed wickedly. He hooked his arm around Tang Bao's waist and said in a low voice, "No need." Tang Qishan was reading documents in his office. When he stood up, he felt dizzy, and his breathing was a little irregular. This seemed to be the second time this week. Tang Qishan shook off the dizziness and returned to normal. Perhaps he was too tired. He did not take it seriously. When Tang Bao got off work, he bumped into Tang Qishan at the elevator entrance. She raised her eyebrows and said, "Hello, President Tang." Tang Qishan glanced at Tang Bao from the corner of his eyes, and the corners of his mouth twitched unconsciously. The two of them entered the elevator. When they were about to reach the first floor, Tang Qishan said, "Let's go home for dinner tonight." "Why? Do we need a reason to go home for dinner?" Tang Qishan's expression was not good. "Maybe it's a trap," Tang Bao muttered in a low voice. Tang Qishan calmed his breathing and stepped out of the elevator. Tang Bao looked at his back from behind. He felt that his back was thinner than before. When the car door was about to close, Tang Bao got in. Tang Qishan did not say anything. The driver started the car and left the company. When they got out of the car at the Tang family's house, Tang Bao did not go in. Tang Qishan looked at her. "You go in first. I'll be right there." Tang Bao waved his hand. After seeing Tang Qishan go in, Tang Bao immediately took out his phone and called Di Haoyan. "I'm at the Tang family's house. I'll go back after dinner." "Got it." Tang Bao was quite surprised. So easy to talk to? She was a little uncomfortable with this. No matter when Tang Bao returned to the Tang family, he turned a blind eye to Zhou Xiangting and his daughter. However, after Zhou Xiangting suddenly went to her and said those words to her last time, he was still so attentive to her this time. He served her tea and brought her delicious food. After Zhou Xiangting left, Tang Bao leaned over to Tang Qishan and asked, "Are you two going to get a divorce?" Tang Qishan's hand that was holding the teacup paused. He restrained his expression and said, "Nonsense. Then why is she suddenly so nice to me? I'm really not used to it." Tang Qishan glared at her. Tang Bao pursed his lips and continued to lean on the sofa. During dinner, Tang Bao ate a few mouthfuls of food and asked Tang Qishan, "Why is the taste different from before? Where did Annie Wong learn to cook?" "It still tastes better than before." Before Tang Qishan could say anything, Zhou Xiangting said with a flattering smile, "Annie Wong has already returned to her hometown. She said that her son asked her to go back and take care of the child. So, she found a new aunt." Tang Bao did not say anything. Annie Wong did have a son in the countryside. He had a family and grandchildren, so the burden was heavier. Annie Wong came out to work so that her son could be more relaxed. However, if she went back like this, her income would be reduced. But it would not be good if there was no one at home to take care of the child. As soon as Tang Bao went out, he saw a car parked outside the door. He took a look and saw that the person who got out of the car was He Ju. "Young Master Di asked me to pick you up." Tang Bao returned to the castle. When he entered the room, Di Haoyan was sitting on the sofa and watching TV. Tang Bao could not help but observe his expression. Di Haoyan's expression was unfathomable. His gaze was deep and cold. His sharp gaze was fixed on the TV. He should not be unhappy, right? He Ju even went to pick her up. "Have you showered? I'll wait for you to shower together." Tang Bao said, "I'm not showering tonight. If you're not showering, don't sleep on the bed." Tang Bao was delighted. "Okay, sleep on the floor. I can sleep on the sofa." "Those who don't shower can only sleep on the floor," Di Haoyan said domineeringly. Tang Bao gritted his teeth and glared at him. Then he seriously wondered if he could sleep on the floor. He could sleep with a blanket, right? Chapter 106. Tang Bao did not understand. "Yes, didn't I tell you on the phone? If I didn't make it clear, you wouldn't let me go out for dinner, right?" "Did he say anything?" "Say what?" "Your father." "No, he came back after dinner." Tang Bao did not understand Di Haoyan's words. What do you want him to say? "Nothing." Di Haoyan's face was gloomy. The difference between one person bathing and two people bathing. When two people bathing, the temperature in the bathroom would rise. The body would become shy. Everything was dangerous, even the air. In the bathroom, Tang Bao was being washed by Di Hao Yin, his face and ears red. Then, he was carried back to the bed weakly. Tang Bao's entire body was wrapped in a large white towel. His beautiful calves and beautiful shoulders were exposed. Her exposed skin was fair and rosy. Tang Bao was thrown on the bed and laid horizontally. He was like a delicious meal waiting to be eaten. His face was red as he looked at the handsome face above him. What are you doing? Tang Bao's lips were bright red and looked tender and smooth. They were like dyed jelly. What do you think? I said I would think about it. You can't do that to me now. Tang Bao's body moved. He realized that the bath towel was wrapped tightly. He cannot move. Do that to you? Di Haoqin kissed Tang Bao's lips. No, I'm still underage. You can't kiss me. Tang Bao blushed and dodged. His jaw was pinched by Di Haoyin's strong fingers, and his head could not move. Underage? Let me see. Di Haoqin bit Tang Bao's cute earlobe evilly. Before he bit it, it was already tender and red. Tang Bao's body trembled sensitively, and he was on the verge of tears. No, I'm in pain. Tang Bao's voice was full of nervousness. There's blood. Tang Bao stared at the blood on the bed in a daze. Where did this blood come from? Di Haoyin's black eyes were dark and cold, and his face was almost twisted violently. You're on your period. Tang Bao's face stiffened and then turned red. She quickly ran off the bed. Di Haoyin ran his hand through his black hair in annoyance, and his face was extremely ugly. Tang Bao went into the bathroom and looked at herself in the mirror. Her face was so red that it was unrecognizable. Even her body was dyed red. That was too embarrassing. He had actually scared her out of her menstrual cycle. Tang Bao quickly turned on the shower and washed his body. However, he felt that his body was hotter than water. The heat did not seem to dissipate so easily. Tang Bao kept slapping his face with both hands, wanting to slap away the heat. After washing up, she came out with a towel wrapped around her. She didn't even dare to look at Di Haoyin's face. She lowered her head and went straight into the cloakroom to get her pajamas. She put on her pajamas and took a few deep breaths in front of the mirror. Then she walked into the bedroom. Di Haoyin was already lying on the bed, looking at Tang Bao with a blank and gloomy face. Tang Bao's head was almost buried in his chest. The sheets had been changed. He must have asked the servants to do it. After Tang Bao got into bed, he pulled the quilt up to his chin. It seemed that it was not enough. He pulled it up and covered his eyes. Do you want to suffocate yourself to death? Di Haoyin's voice was cold. Tang Bao pulled the quilt down, and his dark eyes rolled around. He looked left, right, up, and down, but he did not look at Di Haoyin. It was too awkward. Di Haoyin lay down and turned off the lights. He stretched out his long arms and pulled Tang Bao over to his chest. Tang Bao did not move. Even his breathing was cautious. I said to wait for 3 months, but you insisted. As Tang Bao spoke, he felt a sharp gaze that even the darkness could not hide. He was so scared that he shrank his neck. He looked like he did not dare to provoke the lion. Yes, he should be a coward when it was time. Di Haoyin had his meal in the hotel during the day. When he left, he passed by a private room that was not closed. Tang Qishan was eating with a client inside. They seemed to be discussing a contract. The client had a strong background in the business world. Tang Qishan's capital was not enough. Of course, everyone fought for the fatty meat. The more they fought for it, the more delicious it would be. Therefore, clients like to put on an overbearing attitude to suppress them. Looking at Tang Qishan's expression, although there was a smile on his face, it was not difficult to tell from his gestures and movements that he was slightly silent when being deliberately made things difficult for him. Di Haoyin stopped for a moment and walked in. Tang Qishan was slightly stunned when he saw the person who came in. The client's reaction was bigger than Tang Qishan's. When he saw Di Haoyin, he immediately stood up. Young master, we are so lucky to meet you here. Although the man was not as tall as Di Haoyin when he stood, when he spoke, his back was still lowered. It was as if he was suppressed by Di Haoyin's powerful aura. You're too serious, Di Haoyin responded faintly. Then he looked at Tang Qishan and called Mr. Tang. Tang Qishan seemed to be choked and could not speak. If it was in the past, his and Di Haoyan's identities would definitely not need to be mentioned. He had to look at Di Haoyan's expression, and now, Tang Qishan had not even digested the change in their identities. The client looked at Tang Qishan's indifferent attitude and thought, isn't this person too awesome? He actually ignored the king of D City when he greeted him. Does he know that this is suicide? How suicidal is he? Di Haoyan did not care about Tang Qishan's attitude. Instead, he said, I'll visit you at the Tang residence next time. After that, he left. The client was stunned for a long time before he sat down. He heard it clearly just now. Di Haoyan said that he was going to visit Tang Qishan at the Tang residence, and he even used the honorific sir. Di Haoyan actually used honorifics to address Tang Qishan. What was Tang Qishan's background? Why didn't he know? Was he trying to scare him or something? Tang Qishan regained his composure and said, where are we just now? You don't have to say anymore. The contract can be signed now. The client's attitude immediately changed after Di Haoyan's appearance in a simple sentence. This was why Tang Qishan wanted to climb the social ladder of Di Haoyan back then. Presumably, everyone wanted to climb the social ladder. When Tang Qishan woke up in the middle of the night, he directly fainted on the ground. Zhou Xiangting, who was sleeping, was startled. She sat up from the bed. She got out of bed to look at Tang Qishan and shook him. Qishan? Qishan? Wake up. Tang Qishan was unconscious and did not have any consciousness. Seeing this, he looked anxious and worried a moment ago. The next second, a vicious smile appeared on his face. Tang Qishan, don't blame me. You forced me to do this. After Zhou Xiangting finished speaking, she went back to bed, as if the person lying on the ground had nothing to do with her. Chapter 107. After the ambulance arrived, Tang Qishan was sent to the hospital. Tang Qishan didn't wake up until noon. When he saw Zhou Xiangting sitting by the bed in a daze, he had a bad feeling. What's wrong with me? Tang Qishan asked weakly. Nothing. I'm just too tired from work. Tang Qishan didn't say anything. He tried to sit up with his hands, but he felt weak, and his head kept feeling dizzy. Zhou Xiangting immediately helped him to sit up. Then his eyes turned red again. If you have something to say, just say it. You don't have to hide it from me, Tang Qishan said. Zhou Xiangting hesitated for a while before handing a diagnosis sheet to Tang Qishan. Tang Qishan read it carefully from the beginning to the end. His hands were shaking as he held the paper. Zhou Xiangting cried sadly. Don't you feel anything? If you found out earlier, you wouldn't be like this. Tang Qishan lowered his hands and closed his eyes. What did the doctor say? The doctor said it's late stage of exhaustion, and he has at most a month to live. Zhou Xiangting said, then comforted Tang Qishan. The doctor in this hospital is not good. I'll go find an authoritative expert in this field right away. He'll definitely be able to cure you. Tang Qishan was silent for a long time, then said, don't tell Tang Bao. Why? Don't you want her to be by your side? You have to let her know. I'll tell her myself later. Zhou Xiangting went out of the ward. Tang Rui was waiting outside. How is he? How else can he be? Anyone who encounters this kind of thing would be devastated. Tang Rui was excited. Then I'll tell Tang Bao about this and let her be devastated too. No. Zhou Xiangting immediately stopped him. Why? Tang Rui was unhappy. This was the most powerful blow to Tang Bao. She couldn't wait to see Tang Bao's expression. It must be even more serious than the previous blow. How could this not make her impatient? Now is not the time to tell the Tang Bao. Don't forget, the more people who know about the Tang Qishan's illness, the greater the obstacle for us to get the inheritance. Do you want to take a little bit of money? Are you willing? Zhou Xiangting asked his daughter. Of course I'm not willing. I want to take back everything that belongs to Tang Bao, Tang Rui said with a twisted mind. That's right. Now that things had come to this point, there was no need to be afraid that there would not be a day when they would attack the Tang Bao. It's best if you don't even get to see him for the last time. Wouldn't the Tang Bao be in so much pain that he'd rather die? In comparison, Zhou Xiangting's viciousness was a notch higher. The older, the wiser. Tang Qishan's condition deteriorated just like that. After consulting with the authoritative experts in this field, they all said that there was nothing they could do. In other words, the Tang Qishan only had 1 month to live. It might not even be a month. Such a sudden blow made the Tang Qishan age by a few years. Not only his body, but also his mind. He always sat on the bed in a daze. In the afternoon, the Tang Bao and Wan Malay were drinking water in the pantry. Why do I feel like I haven't seen my dad for the past 2 days? Tang Bao frowned and asked in confusion. Little employee, what are you thinking about? Wan Malay waved his hand in front of Tang Bao and asked, what's wrong with being a little employee? Let me tell you, I'll be promoted soon. Tang Bao was not convinced. Yes, no one dares to order you around now. This is a big step on the road to promotion and wealth. Tang Bao asked irritatingly. Isn't it a little fast? I've never been an official in school since I was young. Thinking about it makes me a little excited. Let me tell you, nepotism is also a kind of ability, don't you think so? Very right. I heard that the company recently signed a huge contract worth hundreds of millions. My dad must be so happy that he can't find a way to enter the company. Ha ha ha. Wan Malay looked behind Tang Bao and immediately said in surprise, President Tang. Tang Bao's expression changed. Just as she was thinking about how her father could hear her every time she said something unpleasant, she heard Wan Marai laugh out loud. Tang Bao turned around. There was no President Tang. There was no one. Are you looking for trouble? Tang Bao was angry. Tang Bao thought that Tang Qishan was really busy with the hundreds of millions contract, so he did not take it to heart. Tang Qishan had always been concerned about the company's affairs. In the past, he did not even know that he had a daughter when he was busy. But it was a little strange that he did not appear in the company for a few days, right? Especially when the people in the company were talking behind his back, saying that President Tang doesn't seem to be coming to the company recently, and the relevant documents are also being reviewed by Zhou Xiangting. Tang Bao did not bother to ask Zhou Xiangting, so he directly called Tang Qishan. It rang a few times before it was answered. What are you busy with? Don't you have to come to the company if I'm in the company? Tang Bao asked. I'm on a business trip. Is it related to the contract you just signed? Yes. Oh, when will you be back? Tang Qishan's hand holding the phone trembled a little, and his eyes were filled with pain. This was a very normal greeting. Tang Qishan felt that he could not answer his daughter. When will he be back? Can he still come back? Why aren't you saying anything? Tang Bao asked. I'll be back in 2 days. Got it. After Tang Bao hung up the phone, he did not find anything wrong. She and Tang Qishan were similar in temperament, always neglecting some things. Tang Qishan put the phone on the bedside table, but when he reached out, he felt that it was difficult, as if he did not have enough strength. The phone did not reach the bedside table and fell to the ground. Bang! Tang Qishan bent down to pick it up, but he did not succeed several times. The last time, he fell to the ground directly before he could get the phone. He got up and sat on the edge of the bed. He took out a picture frame from the drawer. It was a family photo of 3 people. There was Tang Qishan, his wife, and his daughter. His hand trembled as it slid across the faces of his wife and daughter in the picture. He had been working hard all his life, but he ignored the feelings of his wife and daughter. Now that he had calmed down, he realized that he owed them a lot. The door opened. Zhou Xiangting came in with a glass of water. Tang Qishan immediately stuffed the picture frame under the quilt. Take the medicine. Zhou Xiangting acted as if he did not know. As he spoke, he handed over the glass of water and the medicine. Tang Qishan did not say anything. He took the medicine and took it. These medicine could not cure his illness at all. It just made him less painful. After doing his homework for a while, Tang Bao went to Di Haoyan's side. He pulled Di Haoyan's shirt cuff. Help me with my homework. Do you want me to help you with your exams in the future? Di Haoyan's eyes narrowed slightly. Tang Bao thought for a moment. There are substitutes. There's a price to pay. Di Haoyan's eyes oppressed him. Chapter 108. Di Hao Ian glanced at her, stood up, and went to do her homework. Who asked him to marry such a young and delicate wife? You should be glad that Tang Bao was not in high school. Tang Bao was overjoyed as she played with her phone. She was collecting diamonds in the game. The color was light purple, but at a glance, it looked a little similar to the pink diamond on her hand. Tang Bao thought of the ring that she could not take off before. She put down her phone and tried to take it off again, but she still could not take it off. She turned it between her fingers. It was not tight, but she could not take it off. Di Hao Yin, why can't you take off this ring? Tang Bao asked in confusion. The ring recognizes people. But I took it off before. And what did he mean by recognizing people? This did not make sense. The longer you wear it, the lower the chance of taking it off. Tang Bao blinked her eyes innocently. The last time she wore it was indeed quite long. But wasn't this too fantastical? Di Hao Ian, are you kidding me? Tang Bao did not believe it. This diamond has spirituality. It's not surprising. Di Hao Ian explained as he helped her with her homework. Spirituality? So magical? Tang Bao did not want to believe it. But Di Hao Ian said it as if it was true. Was she too naive? Was this world full of magic? Tang Bao also wondered if Di Hao Ian had done something to the ring. However, she could not see any difference from before. In the end, she stopped asking. She felt that she would be confused by the questions. If you want to wear it, then wear it. Anyway, Di Hao Ian would not allow her to take it off. When it was time to sleep at night, Tang Bao took the initiative to move in front of Di Hao Ian. Di Hao Ian, who was calm and composed, looked at her with sparkling eyes. Di Hao Ian, can you show me your gunshot wound? They had seen each other naked when they were bathing. However, at that time, Tang Bao was so embarrassed that he wanted to crawl into a hole in the ground. Di Hao Ian had been playing with her. How could she be in the mood to look at a gunshot wound? Not afraid. You've already recovered. What's there to be afraid of? Can you show it to me? Tang Bao pouted and said. Di Hao Ian pulled his pajamas open, revealing a large area of deep and clear muscles. The sexy and wild masculinity was so strong. Tang Bao felt his little face turn red from the heat, then to his firm lower abdomen. On the left side, Tang Bao saw the round gunshot wound. It has already formed a scab. However, because the color was dark, it was like a black hole that could take one's life. Tang Bao's heart skipped a beat, and his breathing became a little erratic. She then crossed her hands and placed them on the wound. He closed his eyes. Di Hao Ian did not say anything. He just looked at Tang Bao intently. After a while, Tang Bao opened her eyes. She also let go of her hands. When she saw Di Hao Ian looking at her, she said, "My father did this to me when I was very young. If you're injured, do it like this and say the name of the injured person 3 times in your heart. There won't be any more injuries on your body in the future. Even if you're injured, it won't be fatal." Although these words were to coax a child, Di Hao Ian felt as if his heart had been shot by an arrow. It was hot, and his dark eyes looked at her deeply. "Don't doubt it. It's effective. Look at me. No matter what situation I'm in, I can turn misfortune into blessing, right? Have you been injured before?" "Yes, I think I fell from my old house and hit my head. I'm actually alive and well." "Do you still remember something that happened so long ago?" "I don't really remember, but my father did do this for me." Di Hao Ian picked her up and placed her on his chest. His eyes were deep and silent. "Di Hao Ian, can you see if there are any scars on my head? There's so much hair. I can't see it even if there are." "Look for it. Maybe you'll see it." Tang Bao's body bounced as if she was shameless. Di Hao Ian's slender fingers ran through Tang Bao's black hair. It was as soft as silk. It was black and shiny. His fingers were entwined with hers. He had never seen her comb her hair so smoothly. His fingers wrapped around her hair and pulled back slightly. Tang Bao had no choice but to look up. "Why are you pulling my hair?" "Oh." Her small mouth was devoured. Her entire face was covered, leaving only 2 watery eyes. After a round of seamless kisses, their lips parted slightly by a millimeter. Tang Bao's breathing was shallow. She turned her face away and shrunk into Di Hao Ian's broad shoulders with a red face. She said unhappily, "Why are you kissing me again?" Tang Qishan woke up as usual in the morning. He went to the bathroom and began to wash up. Zhou Xiangting woke up and looked at Tang Qishan in confusion. What are you doing? Why are you up? I'm going to the company. The company? Why are you still thinking about the company? Can your body take it? Zhou Xiangting said disapprovingly. If you pay attention, you won't be able to tell that I'm sick. Tang Qishan said to the mirror. If he went to the company later, his body that was tortured by illness would be seen. Qishan, I'm in the company. You don't have to worry. The most important thing for you now is to take care of your body. It won't get better even if I take care of it. But stop talking. Tang Qishan interrupted her. He turned around and went to get his clothes to wear. It was his formal attire every time he went to the company. Zhou Xiangting stood there and watched coldly. She had no intention of going forward to help. She did not feel guilty at all when she looked at Tang Qishan like this now. Instead, she hoped that Tang Qishan would die soon. When there were no feelings between two people, no matter how cruel things were, they would not feel cruel anymore. When Tang Bao was working in the company, she saw Tang Qishan coming out of the elevator from afar. Was he back from a business trip? Why did he look thinner? Was the business trip very tiring? If it was in the past, Tang Bao would have been very disdainful. But now, after she started working in the company, she realized that it was indeed not easy. Tang Bao put down her work and went up to her. You're back. Why are you wandering around instead of working? Tang Bao pursed her lips. She should not have come to ask. That's because I saw President Tang coming, so I quickly ran up to flatter you. Tang Bao went closer to take a look and found that Tang Qishan had indeed lost weight. And he had lost more than a little. His cheeks were a little sunken. Why do I feel that you've lost a lot of weight? It's not like you haven't gone on business trips before, and I've never seen you so thin before. Tang Bao asked curiously. Stopping in front of the office, Tang Qishan turned to look at Tang Bao and asked, What do you think? If you can save me from trouble, will I lose weight? You're blaming me for losing weight? Can't you be more reasonable? The matter between you and Di Haoyan is not over yet. Don't think that I won't pursue it. After saying that, Tang Qishan entered the office. After he went in, his face immediately turned pale. His chest was in pain. He quickly took out the medicine he had prepared and drank it with water. Tang Bao really wanted to kick the door. He turned around and left angrily. Chapter 109. What do you think is wrong with him? I asked him about his health out of the blue, and he actually said that I made him angry. Did I make him angry? Can he blame me for marrying Di Haoyan? He's still blaming me. Tang Bao was also a victim, okay? And didn't Tang Qishan have any responsibility at all? No matter what he did, it was her fault. Okay, don't be angry. I'm not used to you and your father talking calmly. Wan Malay comforted her. Tang Bao thought for a moment, then laughed and said, I'm not used to it either. But she didn't know why. Ever since he saw Tang Qishan's skinny figure, Tang Bao's heart felt uneasy. She felt that something was going to happen. That kind of bad feeling made her very uncomfortable. At the castle, at the dining table, Di Haoyan put the broccoli in Tang Bao's bowl. Tang Bao picked it up and ate it. Di Haoyan's eyes moved slightly, but he didn't say anything. Tang Bao was playing on her phone, and the game ended in the shortest time. Her comrade sent a message. This must be the real deal. Tang Bao looked at it and was very unhappy. If it wasn't for the fact that the phone was new, she would have smashed it. Tang Bao looked up and didn't see Di Haoyan. Then she walked out. She walked over to her swing and shook it a little. Then she sat on it. Her tall and straight figure walked over. Tang Bao's lonely figure shone under the light and reflected in her deep black eyes. Something on your mind? Tang Bao turned around and saw Di Haoyan. She said, Why don't you push me? Di Haoyan walked over and pushed her from behind. Di Haoyan, I saw my father today. He's lost a lot of weight, and I don't feel good. You've been thinking about this? I don't know what's wrong. I just suddenly remembered how my mother used to look when she was sick. She was especially thin, and then she left me. Do you think I should tell my dad to let me inherit the company? He's not young anymore. It's time for him to step down, Tang Bao said thoughtfully. Sure. Tang Bao turned to look at him in dissatisfaction. Aren't you afraid that I'll be tired? No, you have me. Di Hao Yin looked down at her with burning eyes. Tang Bao blushed and stopped looking at him. The moonlight overhead was so bright. Tang Bao looked up. A gentle breeze blew across his face under the swing. It was as if the discomfort in his heart had eased a lot. The swinging swing came to a stop. Tang Bao was still looking up and did not notice it. She felt that the scenery in the sky was covered by a domineering face that seemed to have been carved out by a knife. Then, her jaw was grabbed. Unable to move, Di Hao Yin pressed his thin lips against hers. Tang Bao's head was in a mess. After Tang Bao fell asleep, Di Hao Yin walked out of the room. He ordered He-Ju, "Go and check on the Tang Qishan's recent movements." He-Ju was surprised. Why did Di Hao Yin want to check on the Tang Qishan? However, doubts were doubts, he still went to check. When Tang Qishan returned home, the lawyer was already waiting. With his body in such a state, it was impossible for him not to plan for the future. Death was nothing to be afraid of. The only thing that worried him was Tang Bao. He did not know what her future life would be like without him. And these were all in Zhou Xiangting's plan. When a person was about to die, he would definitely make a will. Tang Qishan and the lawyer both went into the study. At this moment, Zhou Xiangting, who came over with tea, followed them and leaned against the door, trying to hear something. But she could not hear anything. It did not matter if she could not hear anything. Anyway, she had already bribed the lawyer before the plan was carried out. Not long after the lawyer left, Zhou Xiangting's phone rang. It was a call from the lawyer. Zhou Xiangting was still a little excited and asked, "How did the will be made?" "You and Miss Tang Rui only have one apartment. The rest are all Tang Bao's." "What? Is he trying to send away a beggar?" Zhou Xiangting was so angry that she was about to go crazy. He even said something about compensating her. Just one apartment? Zhou Xiangting was so angry that she hung up the phone directly. Fortunately, she had a plan. Otherwise, she would really divorce Tang Qishan as he wished. What was the difference between this and leaving the marriage with nothing? Investigating Tang Qishan definitely could not be done in the castle where there was a Tang Bao. In the lounge of the head of tea, Di Hao Yin was sitting on a black chair, holding a silver lighter in his hand. His expression was cold and emotionless. He-Ju knocked on the door and went in. He-Ju's expression made Di Hao Yin's black eyes sharpen. "Speak. I found out that Tang Qishan found a lawyer to make a will yesterday. Because Tang Qishan is seriously ill, and he doesn't have much time left." He-Ju cautiously observed Di Hao Yin's cold expression. He made the will because he knew about his illness. What illness? Di Hao Yin's expression changed, and his black eyes twisted. 5 viscera failure. It was just discovered and can't be cured. The doctor said that he can live for at most a month. If not, he can die at any time. Di Hao Yin's hand that was holding the lighter tightened, and the veins on the back of his hand bulged. With a bang, he threw the lighter out. Tang Bao had classes in the afternoon, so he did not go to the company. There was nothing fun to do, so he went straight back to the castle. He sat on the sofa in the hall, lying sideways, shaking his feet while watching TV and eating fruit. He glanced at the time from time to time. Someone will be back in about 10 minutes, Tang Bao said as he nodded. However, Di Hao Yin did not come back for Tang Bao. Instead, he received a call from Di Hao Yin. Tang Bao rolled his eyes speechlessly. He picked up the phone and said weakly, "Hello. I'm not going back for dinner. I can see that." Tang Bao threw the phone down and chewed the fruit in his mouth as if he was chewing Di Hao Yin. "You're really busy. You don't even have time to come back for dinner, and you still care about me." TSK. Tang Bao did not know when Di Hao Yin came back. Anyway, it was already very late when she went to bed. That meant that Di Hao Yin would come back even later. 1 or 2 days was fine. It was like that every day, while Tang Bao and Wan Malay were shopping outside. Tang Bao asked, "Do you think Di Hao Yin has another woman? Could he have gone to look for that idiot Xiao Rui?" Thinking of this possibility, Tang Bao's head turned green. If he wanted to be with Xiao Rui, he could have just said so. She would not get in their way. "You're thinking too much. If young master wants to find a woman, will he be sneaky?" Who is he afraid of? You don't understand. It's exciting to steal. There must be something wrong. He wasn't like this in the past. Tang Bao frowned and thought deeply. I don't know who used to think about running away every day, but now she's worried that Di Hao Ian has someone outside? Running away is running away. Stealing is stealing. How can it be the same? Tang Bao retorted. I think it's the same. What does a person who doesn't even have a boyfriend know? I'm telling you, don't make personal attacks. Wan Malay was unhappy when she heard that. She wanted to find a boyfriend every day, but a boyfriend was far away. Chapter 110. Wan Malay's eyes immediately had a hint of shyness. I'm willing to wait. By the way, hasn't he returned from the Middle East yet? I don't think so. Then can you help me ask the young master? After Tang Bao returned to the castle, Di Hao Yin still hadn't come back. He didn't come back to eat or sleep. Tang Bao was so angry that she threw her phone far away. When she was sleeping at night, she suddenly felt uncomfortable being tied up. She opened her eyes sleepily and realized that Di Hao Yin had gotten into bed. Did I wake you up? Di Hao Ian's voice was familiar and deep. It sounded even more magnetic and hoarse in the night. It vibrated her sensitive eardrums. Why are you so late? Although Tang Bao was awake, her voice was soft. I've been a little busy recently. Did you miss me? Where did you miss me? Di Hao Ian's hand reached into her pajamas. Tang Bao's chest tightened, and even her breathing stopped. She twisted her body in resistance, and her face was red. What are you doing? I'm going to sleep. Okay, sleep. Tang Bao was surprised that Di Hao Ian was so easy to talk to. He really didn't do anything to her anymore. He hugged her and fell asleep. That wasn't the only strange thing. There was also the morning meal. Tang Bao remembered Wan Malay's instructions and asked, Is Gu Linshan still in the Middle East? After asking, Tang Bao remembered Di Hao Ian's perverted tyranny and quickly explained, Wan Malay misses him. He's still in the Middle East. Even in the past, she had asked for Wan Malay's sake. Di Hao Ian's face was still gloomy. He didn't even let her mention Gu Linshan's name in front of him. Why was he so easy to talk to now? This didn't seem like Di Hao Ian. Tang Bao thought for a moment and asked tentatively, I saw Brother Junbai yesterday. Di Hao Ian's face was tense and extremely cold. It seemed to be suppressing something to the extreme. Tang Bao's big eyes were fixed on Di Hao Ian's facial expression. Hopefully he could see something, just when she was so hopeful. Di Hao Ian restrained his unfathomable expression and only said 2 words, Let's eat. Tang Bao felt that something was wrong, very wrong. Tang Bao was preparing for his lunch break in the company. Someone from the electrical department found her. When are you going to return the claw hammer you borrowed? No, it should be returned to the company. That? I didn't return it? You should have returned it, right? Have you forgotten? Tang Bao began to play dumb. Could she say that she had long forgotten about this matter? However, this person wasn't easy to fool. He said with certainty, Impossible. But if you return it, I will definitely remember it. Moreover, the claw hammer really can't be found. Let me tell you, you have to hurry up and return it. If we lose it, we'll have to pay for it. Tang Bao thought about it seriously and asked him, Don't you know that I'm the daughter of the company's boss? Even if you're the boss's daughter, you still have to return the claw hammer. Tang Bao might not be able to find the claw hammer, even if he went back to the castle to look for it. Who knew where it was thrown to? She had to give up her precious lunch break and run out to buy the claw hammer for him. Where should she go to buy it? Tang Bao wandered around and wandered to a supermarket. Then she went in. The supermarket was quite big. After walking around, she still couldn't find the claw hammer. Tang Bao sat down on a chair in the rest area. Not long after she sat down, a voice asked, Can I sit down for a while? Tang Bao asked and raised her head. A woman in her 50s with a noble aura was looking at her. She didn't seem to be arrogant, but she wasn't polite either. This made Tang Bao think of the story of giving up your seat on the bus. In the past, respecting the old and loving the young, you would always give up your seat to the old. Later, the old would ask you for a seat. There are even more ruthless people. If you didn't give him a seat, he would beat you up and scold you. Are you talking to me? Is there anyone else here other than you? Yu Songhuan said lightly. Tang Bao was like this. If you were polite to her, she would be 10 times more polite to you. If you were rude to her, she would be 10 times more rude to you. Is this the only seat in this supermarket? Don't you know how to look for it elsewhere? Don't you know how to respect the elderly? Then I advise you not to take advantage of your seniority. Yu Songhuan was so angry that his face turned ugly. At this moment, a man hurried over. Old madam, why did you come here alone? You made me look for you. Looking at the man's face, he seemed to be quite frightened. I'm an adult. How could I get lost? After Yu Songhuan finished speaking, he glanced coldly at Tang Bao, turned around, and left. Tang Bao looked at the figure in the distance, shook his head, and sighed. Do you think you can bully people just because you have money? You got the wrong person. Let me tell you. After Yu Songhuan got into the car, he still didn't look very good. The man who was waiting on her by her side also looked at her carefully, but he didn't dare to ask anything. He drove the car back dutifully. The place where they lived was very quiet and clean. There were only 2 servants waiting on them. Even the sound of their footsteps was very soft. They were afraid that they would disturb Yu Songhuan. Yu Songhuan was a Buddhist. He specially set up a room for incense. The first thing he did when he came back was burn incense. After burning the incense, before he sat down, the servant ran over and said, Old madam, there's a woman outside. She said she wants to see you. Who is it? She said her name is Xiao Ruwei. Yu Songhuan's expression changed. After a long silence, he said, Let her in. After Xiao Ruwei came in, she was also very careful. When she saw Yu Songhuan, she immediately called out sweetly, Andy, are you looking for me for something? No, I'm just here to see you. Yu Songhuan's expression was indifferent. Has Hao Ian come to see you recently? Xiao Ruwei asked. He's busy all day. How can he have time to see me? Since he doesn't have time, then I'll come to accompany you more in the future. Only then did Yu Songhuan look at Xiao Ruwei carefully. You used to be so obedient and sensible. I didn't have this blessing. How can that be? Auntie is very lucky, Xiao Ruwei said sweetly. Then her expression changed. I didn't do well enough. After leaving Hao Ian will get married. Yu Songhuan's expression didn't look too good when he heard that Di Hao Ian was getting married. This was something that she couldn't accept. When she saw that girl's rude appearance, she felt even more uncomfortable. She even said that she was taking advantage of her seniority. How preposterous! If he really wanted to marry a wife, he might as well marry Xiao Ruwei. After Zhou Xiangting answered a phone call, she paced back and forth in the room irritably. She was so angry that she was about to collapse. When Tang Rui came in, he saw her like that. Mom, what's wrong? Did something happen? Or is there something wrong with Tang Qishan? Chapter 111. It's a little troublesome, but we can bribe him again. Anyway, we bribed the previous lawyer with money. Tang Rui did not think the matter was as serious as she thought, and she thought it was easy to solve. What do you know? There must be something wrong with changing lawyers at this time. If we bribe the current lawyer rashly, it will definitely be disadvantageous to us. I don't know if someone is manipulating behind the scenes. Then what should we do? Are we just going to sit here and wait for death? I have to think of a way. What way? There was a hurried knock on the door, and the servant outside was quite panicked. Oh no, Mr. Tang fainted. Tang Qishan fainted in the study. After Zhou Xiangting went in, he was already unconscious. Zhou Xiangting did not treat him in time. Instead, she said to the servant, Go do what you need to do. Leave this to us. Also, just do your own thing. Don't talk nonsense, understand? The servant obeyed and left. Zhou Xiangting closed the door of the study. Ignoring the fainted Tang Qishan, she went to rummage through the drawers of the desk. Mom, what are you looking for? He's not dead, is he? It's so scary, Tang Rui said with a cold face. I found it. This is the will that hasn't been signed yet. Tang Qishan, you're so good to us. Zhou Xiangting said unhappily. Give him some medicine and try to wake him up. Tang Rui did not know what to do. At this critical moment, she did not have any ideas at all. She could only do whatever her mother said. After giving Tang Qishan medicine, she kept shaking him to wake him up. Tang Qishan really did have some consciousness, but he was in a daze. Zhou Xiangting immediately went to Tang Qishan's ear and said, "The doctor said that you're dying. Do you have anything else to say to me? The lawyer is here." Tang Qishan saw the figure standing in front of him with his blurry vision. He wanted to see more clearly, but it was still a blur. They couldn't even tell if it was a man or a woman. "Will." Tang Qishan spat out 2 words. "Is that it? I found it for you. Do you want to sign it now?" Tang Qishan hesitated for a moment, but he still signed it. He didn't have much strength, but he still managed to write it. In fact, the piece of paper he signed was not the one in the Tang Qishan drawer at all. It was swapped by Zhou Xiangting. After Tang Qishan signed the will, he fainted again. Zhou Xiangting took the signed will and put it into the drawer of the desk. Then he said to Tang Rui, "Send him to the hospital." After Tang Qishan was sent to the hospital, he finally regained consciousness after some emergency treatment. Every time he woke up, it was like a gift. After fainting, he didn't know if he would wake up again. Di Haoyan walked into the ward and didn't say anything. Tang Qishan was so thin that he didn't look like a man anymore. He even had a hard time breathing. "Is Tang Bao okay?" "She's fine." Tang Qishan looked at the excellent weather outside the window. He seemed to have thought of something, and there was a faint smile on his face. When Tang Bao was born, the weather was the same as it is now. Her mother said that she would definitely be a quiet girl in the future. Who knew that when she grew up, she wasn't quiet at all. She was as naughty as a boy. It snowed heavily in winter. She played crazily outside. When she went back, her shoes were all wet, and her feet were red from the cold. Her mother was so angry that she hit her legs with a stick. I thought she would learn her lesson. In the end, she rested for 2 days and ran out again. She was really disobedient. Tang Qishan thought of the past and smiled helplessly and sadly. Di Haoyan's eyes flashed as he pictured Tang Bao's appearance when she was a child. After a while, he said, "You're very important to her. That's all I can do now that I have this illness." Neither of them talked about whether they should let Tang Bao know about this. How could they tell him? The only thing Di Haoyan could do was to try his best to save Tang Qishan's life, no matter how much he had to pay. Wan Malay looked at Tang Bao, who was eating opposite him. His chopsticks poked at the rice in his bowl, but he didn't eat much. "What are you doing? Did this rice offend you? Why are you poking it like this? Or is it because you haven't eaten in the school cafeteria for a long time that your appetite has become picky?" Tang Bao looked around in case the walls had ears. Then he said, "Let me tell you, I really found that there's something wrong with Di Haoyan." "What's the problem?" "A lot. The most important thing is that he doesn't seem to be interested in me now," Tang Bao said seriously. "Why not? In the past, he used to look at me with a green light in his eyes. Now his eyes are dull. This is indeed a serious problem." "Is it?" "It's too serious." Tang Bao was quite worried. Previously, Di Haoyan couldn't wait to eat her up immediately and had bad intentions towards her every day. Now, at most, he would touch her. If Tang Bao said that she wanted to sleep, Di Haoyan would definitely not continue. Moreover, he didn't force her to take a shower with him now. Di Haoyan had changed so much. How could she not feel it? Could it be because he's more reserved in his feelings? Reserved? Di Haoyan shouldn't be too revealing with her. It always made her blush. It doesn't seem like it. After Tang Bao and Wan Malay finished their meal, they were ready to go to the Tang family's company. As soon as they walked out of the school gate, they saw Xiao Rui. She was looking at her with a smug face. Tang Bao wondered if this person's brain had been damaged by her. Why was she still smiling when she saw her last time? She even looked very happy. "This person doesn't seem to have good intentions," Wan Malay said in a low voice. "Don't worry, I can handle it alone," Tang Bao said. "How can I not worry?" "If you beat her up until her mother can't recognize her, how pitiful would that be?" Xiao Rui walked closer to Tang Bao. "Why, you don't look happy." "Why should I be unhappy? I'm not the one who was hit by a brick," Tang Bao said lightly. The smug look on Xiao Rui's face cracked. "Don't pretend in front of me. I know that Hao Yin must have been cold to you. That's why you're in a bad mood. Tang Bao's face didn't change, but there were traces of fluctuations in her heart. Of course Hao Yin will be cold to you, because he wants me now. Maybe he'll divorce you at any time. I'm waiting for that day. You're so confident. Tang Bao couldn't help but say so. It's not that I'm confident, it's the truth. What truth? Yesterday, Hao Yin took me to see his mother, and we had dinner together. Isn't that the truth? Yesterday, Tang Bao remembered that Di Hao Yin didn't have dinner at the castle yesterday, and he came back very late at night. But how did Xiao Rui know? Chapter 112. Anyway, she had achieved her goal. She left with the attitude of a winner. Tang Bao, don't listen to her. This kind of person likes to sow discord and then snatch the young master from you. I really haven't seen Di Hao Yin's mother. Tang Bao didn't want to marry the heinous Di Hao Yin in the past. Naturally, she didn't care whether she would see Di Hao Yin's mother or not. Xiao Rui must have seen Di Hao Yin's mother. As for when they must have met long ago. And since she married Di Hao Yin, she hadn't even seen his mother's shadow. When Tang Bao met Zhou Xiangting at the company, neither of them spoke. Tang Bao felt that she was really interesting. Wasn't she the one who spoke so humbly a while ago? My dad didn't come to the company today? Tang Bao hesitated for a moment before speaking. He's been busy these few days. He might not have time to come. Tang Bao didn't ask anymore. When she first came to the company, she didn't see Tang Qishan so busy. Now, she didn't even come to the company. This was not like the way she used to work without eating at all. After work, Wang Malay came to look for Tang Bao to leave together. Tang Bao said, I'm going back to my dad's place. What's wrong? I'm going back to eat. Didn't the young master give you food to eat? Be honest. Are you angry with the young master? Wang Malay smiled. How can I have time to be angry with him? He could be with whoever he wants. I'm very generous. Tang Bao picked up her backpack and turned to leave handsomely. Tang Bao wouldn't admit that she was angry. She didn't want to marry Di Hao Yin in the first place. If Di Hao Yin really rekindled his old feelings, she would fulfill his wish. When she thought of this, Tang Bao felt sour in her heart. In the car, Tang Bao held his phone and called Di Hao Yin. It rang a few times before it was picked up. Were you busy with that took you so long to pick up my call? Tang Bao tried to hide the anger in his heart. Take care of business. What kind of business? Di Hao Yin, tell me honestly, are you hiding something from me recently? Tang Bao asked directly. Why do you ask? Otherwise, why don't you go back for dinner every day and come back to the castle so late? Are you coming back late tonight as well? Baby, I'll go back when I'm done. Be good. Di Hao Yin coaxed her. Tang Bao hung up the phone angrily. Telling her to be obedient? Obedient my ass. She originally wanted to tell him that she would go back to the Tang family tonight. There was no need to talk about it now. Anyway, Di Hao Yin was not going back to the castle. When Tang Bao returned to the Tang family, the servants were stunned. Young Miss is back? Where's my dad? Tang Bao asked. Mr. Tang is not at home. Where did he go? I don't know. Then will he come back for dinner tonight? I don't think so. Tang Bao glanced at the servant. What did she mean by I don't think so? What kind of answer was that? She originally wanted to come back to see Tang Qishan. The last time she saw him, he had lost weight. After that, she did not see him in the company. She did not know if he was better now. When it was time for dinner, Zhou Xiangting and Tang Rui were not around. Tang Bao did not ask. It was more delicious when they were not around. Tang Bao wandered to Tang Qishan's room. It was also Tang Qishan and Zhou Xiangting's room. If it were in the past, Tang Bao would not have come to their room. But now, she did not know what kind of mentality she had when she walked into this room. After entering, Tang Bao actually smelled the scent of medicine. It was very faint, but she still smelled it. Who was taking medicine? Zhou Xiangting? Or was it Tang Qishan? Tang Bao looked around. There was nothing special. She opened the drawer. There was a new medical record book inside. The name was Tang Qishan's. Tang Bao's heart tensed up. Why was there a medical record book? Was it from the hospital from the car accident last time? But the hospital was not this one. After flipping it open, She only understood 3 out of 10 words written by the doctor. So, she had no idea what was written inside. She looked at the date again. It was 10 days ago. Tang Bao thought of the last time she saw Tang Qishan's thin figure. Was he sick? Tang Bao immediately called Tang Qishan. His heart was pounding so hard that it felt like it was about to explode. After the call was connected, Tang Bao immediately said, "Where are you?" "I'm eating with a client outside." "What's the matter?" "It's rare for me to come back to see you. You're not at home." "Of course I have to look for you." "Have you eaten?" "Yes." "If you've eaten, then go back early." Before Tang Bao could finish speaking, her father hung up the phone. Tang Bao's expression did not look good. If she did not come back to see him, his attitude would be like this. If she came back to see him, his attitude would still be like this. Her bad temper. So be it. What's the big deal? Don't expect her to come again. Tang Bao slammed the door angrily and left. After taking 2 steps, she turned around and looked at the closed door. After thinking for a while, she went in and put the medical record book in her backpack. Sitting in the taxi, Tang Bao told the driver the address. It was a hospital address on Tang Qishan's medical record card. Tang Bao got out of the car and entered the hospital. When she passed by the leisure area, Tang Bao stopped in her tracks. She saw Di Hao Yin, who said on the phone that he had something to do, and Xiao Rui was standing beside him. She did not know what the two of them were talking about. But why was Di Hao Yin here? It turned out that Di Hao Yin had been lying to her. He was really so close to Xiao Rui. Tang Bao felt that her heart was constantly being pulled down. It was painful. Tang Bao did not say anything. She turned around and walked into the hospital. Di Hao Yin's gaze swept over the familiar slender figure, and his ink-black eyes narrowed slightly. Tang Bao acted as if she did not hear it. She held the medical record card tightly in her hand. She used too much force, and her knuckles turned white. Why did he chase after her? She should just pretend that she did not see him. Her arm tightened, and she was pulled over. She fell into a strong embrace. Di Hao Yin's expression was a little gloomy. "Why are you here? Does your family run this hospital?" Tang Bao struggled, but Di Hao Yin's arm was too strong. She could not break free no matter how hard she tried. "Let go of me." Di Hao Yin let go of her, but the medical record card in Tang Bao's hand was taken away. Seeing the name on it, Di Hao Yin's black eyes flashed with darkness. "What are you doing? Give it back to me." Tang Bao reached out to grab it, but she missed. She was so angry that her face turned red. "Go back with me." "Why should I go back with you?" Tang Bao was displeased. In the blink of an eye, she saw Xiao Rui walking over like a helpless little woman. "Miss Tang, don't misunderstand. There's nothing between me and Hao Yin," Xiao Rui said. But her expression did not look like it. Tang Bao ignored her and asked Di Hao Yin, "Didn't you say that you had business to deal with? Tell me the truth. Are you with Xiao Rui? Let's go." Di Hao Yin pulled Tang Bao and left. Tang Bao's wrist was bound by an iron chain. She could not get rid of it. She was forced into the car. Tang Bao got into the car and was about to open the door when her wrist was grabbed. You're tuning in to the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.